Hello, folks. How you doing? I enjoyed that Lockbeard. That was most enjoyable. Let me just see if this is working a sec. Hang on. Bear with me, folks. Had to put this together very quickly. Oh, am I still there? Right, does this work? Hello. Shit, it's very dark. Oh, dude, it does that. You know what? Sorry. It's very actually, I kind of like the look of it in a weird sort of way, but it's, you know what it is? It's whenever I put that duct tape back over the fucking thing, it messes up. Let me do that. I tell you what, damn, that camera's not going to work for a second. Well, don't worry about it. You know what I might do? I might actually get everyone in and try and sort it out in the background like a true professional. Joking aside, I do actually. Well, I've told everyone I'm investing in a load of new gear. So, Lester Taylor, good to see you. Well, I'm here. Let's go, go, go. I'm ready to go, dude. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Jacob, nice to see you, Jacob. Open panel, my brother. Yes, well, basically, yes. Oh, it's Jacob. I know. Are you the presumably are you the oh, what was it called? Comedy. Something comedy, wasn't it? Didn't you jump on the open panel the other day? It might end up being open panel, to be fair, mate. Yeah, I definitely want to get Icon on. I want to get Brandy on if she's up for it. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I haven't got Facebook open at the moment, and I haven't even got YouTube going yet to see if this is actually running. Although I can see that it is, but I normally have a YouTube screen opened up as well, so I can keep an eye on things. Connor, what's up? Just got off Sean G chasing through. You know, I have to make a Sean G show one of these days, Connor. I keep missing them, don't I? But I will do it. I will do it. The Enlightened Mank, I think Mr. Beard loves. I know. Well, I do. I'm sorry for you, Mank. That yeah, I suppose such is the clash at Demon Head. Such is the clash of sort of modes, I guess, or personalities. I think he mistakes your enthusiasm for sometimes trolling or something. But to be fair to him, he dealt with the troll situation very well, though, didn't he, tonight? You aside, Mank, he did deal with and everyone had your back, Mank, at the end of the day, didn't they? But he dealt with this troll situation, the just in time Captain Stinker, that whole situation. He dealt with that very well. So much respect to him. Yeah. Just well done, mate. You dealt with it very well. I can't see it's Mr. No. What's he saying? The title is rather amusing to me. Yeah, I was just going to email you some nudity. Well, I think that's Icon's way of forcing me to have to allude to the email that you sent me. But I wish I could show you it. And I should have used it as a screenshot. Actually, I just didn't think to do it. I'll probably use it as a thumbnail one of these days. But Icon sent me a picture of basically it's what depicts his theory about what a is it a dog man? Is that what it's called? What a dog man is, or where they come from? It's basically a picture of a girl getting humped by a dog, right? Comedic, not inappropriate, but it's like she's laughing on all fours, and then the dog's trying to hump her and stuff. And then the next picture is like one of those face filters with the little dog nose face filter, and a bunch of girls with that filter. So it's just so stupid. That's why I was joking to him that I've sent it to the police. I didn't know how to respond, Icon, so I just sent it to the police. Um, the Enlightened Mank. I think Mr. Beard loves me. Oh yeah. I know. I'm sure he'll come around, Mank. I'm sure he'll come around. Just go easy on him a bit, Mank. I think at the end of the day, to be honest, Mank, I tailor my stupid humor as well to when I'm in certain places and stuff, and I just appreciate that different chat boxes have different cultures, and I think you just gotta kind of be willing to rein it in a little bit and have a bit of grace. And I know you're playful, but I think you're beating a dead horse a little bit with that one. And there's enough good that you can get out of it anyway, and I think he lets you shill to everyone else about your stuff as well to within reason, so it's all good. Jacob, get me on to say hello. Well, I, um I may well do that, sir, I may well do that. Be patient, and it might happen. Um, damn, let me try and in the background, sorry. Let me try and get the you know what it is? Because I have duct tape stuck to my mic. I call it my FBI filter. Just so they can't fucking know every single damn thing about me, although, it doesn't really help that I've decided to become a YouTuber, does it? I'm trying to get it, guys, so I can actually get the camera back, even though it's a horrible camera, but I've only just started doing this. But like I said, to right after this show, I'm buying 3 grand's worth of iMac computer. Let me try this now. Sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. Right, is that any better? Not really. Damn it. I do apologize. I'm trying to clean the damn thing. It's Michael was getting me excited, and look what's happened. Michael got me all excited, and my camera's a blurry mess. Michael, Icon, what you saying? Right, just saying hello to people. Lester Taylor, something or other. Jacob, I wanted to come on yesterday, but you were doing remember, it's the 5th of nonsense, November, so I didn't message on your stream. That's fair enough, dude. That's fair enough, and, yes, it's good start. It's definitely a good I like your style. Best way to get onto an open panel show is to insult the person's previous, show title. Definitely, I like your style, and to be joking aside, I actually do like that weirdly, because 'cause I'm not a sycophant fucking dude, you know what I'm saying? I don't like sycophant shit. The Enlightened Mank, I have a warrior's debating mentality. Yeah, just the sort of yeah, but a true warrior is like martial arts. When you use the term martial arts, though, it's like there's an art form to battles and things, and you can. There's no room for ego to be a true warrior, Mank. So you actually have to give up the ego in pursuit of the good fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I'm saying to you, no, learn nuance and subtleties, dude, in order to actually deliver the main payload. And the main payload may well be a solid refutation of the spinny ball thing that's magically got water stuck to it. By the way, and full disclosure, because I know we got some people in that don't prescribe to that. That's or subscribe to that, whatever. That's fine, man. I don't, everyone each their own on that one at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm just saying to the Mank. And, Brandy loves you. Brandy well, actually, Brandy, do you want on, Brandy? And let me do this, in the background. I actually open up Facebook and see if Brandy wants on, because I definitely want what I wanna do primarily, Justin and anyone else who wants on, because I probably will get you on. But what I'd like to do primarily is get Icon and Brandy up to start, if they're up for it, because I think they haven't don't think they've been on a panel thing together. And I just, yeah, I just wanna make that happen for some reason. Just in case the pirate thing falls through, Brandy, you can go and live on a farmstead, a homestead with dad. Um, the Enlightenment building a better PC for that money. Yo, dude, speculate to accumulate, man. I'm literally investing 3 grand's worth in a new brand new iMac just so that the spec of the best webcam that I could get, because 'cause I'm not ready to go mirrorless camera yet, although I do have one, but it's too old to sort of hook up properly. But just so I can, get this really nice webcam going and get to the next sort of level of aesthetic. Not that that matters. I'm more into this bootleg thing, if you wanna know the truth, but I just respect that if you wanted to branch out, like I actually wanna do proper, cameos on bigger channels and stuff. That's you gotta be willing to sort of go that way, and if you can't cut it at a certain with a certain aesthetic, then they're never gonna get you on with your little blurry, shitty fucking bootleg shit camera. So man's got to do what a man's got to do. If he reckons the message is important enough, and it's not even that the message input is important enough, but the culture of what could happen here is important enough. The general space is virtuous enough to want to sort of expand it, I think. P.S. Didn't mean to say nonsense. No, I was only playing. That's funny, dude. I like that shit. Don't, it's fine. Don't you dare edit yourself, or I will banish you. By the way, you know what? Someone needs to go and get, was it Chad? What's his name in Lockbeard's channel? Chad something. That guy, I swear that guy is sort of FE or something. Doesn't he needs to get his ass over here if he just said a comment, spinny peanut butter balls or some in space or something. I was like, I think I like that guy. Only playing. But Brandy, thank you, my earth goddess. Feelings are mutual, sister. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. Well, let me just catch up with you all because I'm a little bit behind. And we'll get in sync and it's all good. And more showed up at the end. Really? I don't know what that is. Okay. What's Icon saying? Brandy Hive just wants you to be his mommy. um, no, I definitely don't want another one of those. I didn't like the first one. Only joking, mom. Love you. Love you. Randy, gotta hit the corner store real fast, so I'll be a few. All right, good. She gotta go and get some pizza, stuff some pizza in the kids' mouths, and then be an irresponsible mom and further her live stream career. I think that's what that means. Pretty sure that's what that means. I have to keep checking in at this. By the way, I've got this avatar only because it's a hangover from Guy Fawkes yesterday. V for Vendetta. But I do quite like it, and it does symbolize something pretty awesome, to be fair. So, it might even be a keeper, but we'll see what happens. Pyromedic, good to see you. Off with his head. No banishment. Well, well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's like learning the hard way why libertarianism is always only going to be a prelude to governments and things, which it's just one of the pitfalls of duality and existing in a dual human civilization. Just inevitable. You're always going to have someone trying to breach the compound, and then you have to designate roles, some for security, some for police, some for militias, military, ultimately, and it's all these sorts of things. So it's I think governments are inevitable. That's why I am a libertarian at heart, and I think it's the right biasing in many respects. But yeah, I do also have the wisdom that recognizes that governments are inevitable. It's just what humans do, unfortunately. And it was like Lockbeard learning that in real time then with the trolls. Although, sorry, I'm not presuming to know that presuming to say that he didn't already know that stuff. Like I said, Lockbeard, you dealt with it fucking awesomely, man. You kicked some ass. You should watch that back, and you totally fucking. Lockbeard is a just guard, unless he's going after the Mank for being French. Uh, Pyro. So yeah, what do you want to get into, man? Well, where's Icon? Icon, I asked you this yesterday, mate. And Jeff, I don't know where Jeff's at. I mean, Jeff might be going for it. But I might get you up in a bit, Jeff. But ideally, all right, well, Brandy's doing her thing. Well, yeah, ideally, like I said, I don't know why, but I've just got this urge to get Icon and Brandy on. I just do. Especially, I'd like to get Brandy's thoughts on all that shit with the troll stuff over there just then. And by the way, I might just say to Captain Stinker, aka Just in Time, I actually responded to your message just in time before you ended up outing yourself as a total troll. I got nothing against you. You only know me by proxy from the sort of penny bunny world. I really do. Honestly, I insist that you get your shit together and don't worry about doing all that sort of stuff. Although I'd imagine that if you're all about that already, then you're all about it. Whatever. I don't really know what it achieves. You know what I mean? Just good luck to you. I honestly, for myself, I got nothing against you. I just wish you well. That's it. And by the way, just banishing you from the chat space and being visible from a channel, I know that you can still watch, and you absolutely are welcome to do it. It's just, when it's disingenuous engagement trying to warp or toxicify or whatever the word is, make toxic the, the culture or or turn people against each other and all that sort of stuff. You can't be having that, man, so that's no good. Saggy Paw, good. Hi, B. Hi, all. Brandy, why you look like Thunderbirds? Well, that's funny. Actually, well, that is funny. Well, that's actually a Thomas and Friends hat, Saggy Paw, from Thomas the Tank Engine, and it was a little in joke to Icon. Um, you wanna see the meme that I created out of that? I put her on a little Thomas the Tank Engine 420 spliff meme. I got a really good Thomas and Friends, like, this is from the smoke of the spliff, Thomas and Friends, and a little 420 sign in the bottom with Thomas stoned out of his brains with pink eyes. I turned it into a 420 meme. And by the way, Sagipur, you might already know, you might have watched it back, I don't know, but I did actually look into Gruber and I learned all about the beautiful, wonderful universe of Allo Allo, which is a British sitcom from the 80s that I didn't even know about. Let me just check in. This is working. Yeah, and I don't know if you knew the backstory, Saggy, but from the day before, because I'd been researching some stuff, I got so behind in chat and hadn't checked this little avatar to check my volumes working that my mic had dropped out for 12 minutes. So I was really reluctant to have to go and research stuff. So that's why I was a little bit moody, I think, on that front. But I do apologize. It was fucking hilarious. That's if you were Gruber. I can only assume that you were. But I'll just say that Gruber's a brilliant character. I missed a trick with that. I'm slowly learning. Oh shit, I can't do it now. I'm trying to learn a Gruber. I'm trying to learn a Gruber. It's kind of very melodic, and I like his melody and stuff. So, and he's a great character. A lot of homoerotic humor, isn't it? Set in a French bar, time of the occupation in France, and yeah, it's just funny. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Well, Jen, if you wanted to sort of follow it up as well and get your confidence going, because I've noticed the best way to sort of get your confidence going with that sort of stuff, and actually that's the spirit that Jacob's saying his thing in as well. Man, let us on while you wait. New comic friends, semi hoser. All right, well, I could do that since you're keen, then, mate. Fortune does favor the incessant. Is that the saying? I think maybe that is the saying. Um, well, just bear with me a second, mate, because I'm also happy to sort of just get through this thing. But yeah, I may well do it. Just bear with me. Read your messenger hive. Sorry, honey. Fucking hell. Oh yeah. Was he in before? Right. I know. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hang on. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm already on it, hun. I'm massively already on it. Already on it. She clever, that girl. She clever. Anyway, very clever. So what we saying? Um, yeah. I know. So, Lester Taylor, Michael is always picking on poor little me. Oh, Michael is hilarious, isn't he? Yes. Didn't like Mank Hive. Oh yeah. What's saying of the Michelle Gibson Circuit Board Earth? That was Michelle. Well, that wasn't Michelle Gibson, was it? I didn't even notice it was on her channel. If that's what that was. Saying the stadium's trains right. Good. Let me respond to you. That's right, Mank. I meant to say something to Mank actually, which is all the more reason not to get you on just yet, Jacob. Bear with me. Uh, c- uh, right. Good. Let me respond to the Mank. So basically, the Mank and Saggy saying I was not Gruber B. If that's actually true, is straight up Saggy on your mom's life, or just saying that for? In fact, I don't think you'd tell me that if you weren't Gruber. It might be Shooter then. Shit, it might have been Shooter. Saggy, straight up, you weren't like. Follow me up on that, man. Straight up, you weren't. And if straight up you weren't, tell me who you think it was. Thank you. Maybe it was Shooter then. Shit. Okay, fuck. Either way, what was I actually just gonna say then? Oh yeah, the Mank. So I want to respond to the Mank. Mank gives me video links to watch quite regularly, and I watched, and a lot of the time I sort of haven't followed it up on them. But yesterday I did follow up on the ones you sent me, dude. I watched the El Palma beach things. I've subscribed to the La Palma dude, the guy that for regular updates, you said I'll get regular updates from him, so I've subscribed to him, so I took your advice on that, thank you. And on the, circuit board thing, you know what it was, Mank? I watched 10 minutes of that woman, just a woman speaking. She has no, I don't know her background. I don't know what she's all about. She didn't lay it out for me in such a way that she was like, "I've spent years as a professional geologist, and this is what I've studied, and this is my background." And so she didn't really have any kudos going into it, Mank. So when I'm just hearing this woman theorize about stuff, and she was pretty fair-minded, like she admitted she was theorizing for the most part. But when she was sort of theorizing about stuff for 10 minutes, it was an I would have had to watch another 40 minutes of it in total. I think it was 40 minutes long or an hour, and I just wasn't willing to invest that time in someone who hadn't captured my imagination at the start, saying, "I'm an architect, I'm a geologist, this is my background, this is what makes me convincing." And so, basically, she's just another woman speculating and making pulling stuff out of her arse potentially, and guessing that the Earth is a printed fucking circuit board. I'm not willing to sort of lend my time to that, man. That's what I wanted to explain to you. That's not what gets me in. What gets me in is actual straight up impressive refutation. That's why I lay it out how I do all the time, that I'm about refuting stuff, not positive theories, unless it's couched, unless you can really back it up with a shit ton of evidence, and you come at it and you're coming at it from some angle. But she's just some random woman. I'm not. Why should I listen to her, what she's got to say about it? I mean, what I mean is I listened to 10 minutes. I'm not closed-minded. I listened to 10 minutes. I was like, get me a better video, man. And joking aside, mate, find one that's snappier, to the point, and actually is impressive, like someone who actually is impressive, like a professional or someone. I don't and by the way, I'm not all enamored with someone just because they're a professional, you know what I mean? Oh, Chad is actually in. Hey, Chad Bunga, good. Am I allowed in here? Yes, of course you are, man. I mean, that I was just talking about you. I just said, "Are you FE?" Not that I'm FE. I'm just strictly no magic salty balls spinning in space. I just refuted the damn thing. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not a spinny ball with water stuck to it magically. So I got the impression you're that way, mate, and thought you should jump in. To anyone who isn't that way, I'm not all about that. We mainly talk about the situation. We have a damn good laugh. And it's about a morale boosting thing, given the fact that the governments are trying to take over and start the New World Order. So anyone against the New World Order and their stupid shit plans, you're in good company. That's basically what we're all about. And enlightenment at the end of the day, man. Straight up enlightenment, the true cosmology of self, and all of that. So, man, no offense to you. I hope you know what I'm saying. It didn't grab me for what I needed. Here you go, icon. Hive, go back to the vid. Oh, let me just check this a second. Right, good. Hive, going back to the vid with Gruber, if you look in the chat, all of those comments are now named active shooter. You fucking legend, icon. Thank you. Yes, appreciate it, sir. It's active shooter. Thought you saw that when I mentioned Gruber. No, man. No. Damn. It was shooter. She was brilliant. All right. All right. Look what you started, Saggy. Amazing. Very good. All right. Shooter it is then. All right. Shooter it is. All right. I have apologies to make to shooter then. All right. Pyromedic. Hello, Brandy. Sorry, sorry, was driving to get pizza. That's right. Yeah. Careful who you say that to, Brandy. It might mean something entirely different. I'll never forget the time Hillary Clinton took me out to get some pizza. It wasn't what I expected, and I left pretty shortly after the initiation ceremony. Um, shit, dark jokes. The Enlightened Man, La Palma volcano, dude, is Bushcraft Bear channel. That's right. So I've now subscribed to Bushcraft Bear channel. And does that mean he's in the Owen Benjamin clan, by the way? Beartaria, Mank, all that sort of stuff? Just out of curiosity. I presume anyone who's called something Bear is part of Beartaria. But I've subbed. I appreciate it, man. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Who is she and why should I give her any more than 10 minutes of my life? If she was laying out the evidence from the start, like bish bash bosh, even if she said, "Man, I'm no one. I'm just a person who has made observations, but the reason I think I've found something here that's proper is this, that, and the other." If she really grabbed my attention, I would have given it more attention, but I wasn't willing to give it any more attention than that. Bigfoot and all. Flat earthers are royalty here. That's right. Ballers are accepted too. That is true. I mean, joking aside, pretty much anyone who's inclined, well, anyone who wants to be here, is attracted to be here for whatever reason, for the most part, is well, yeah, is welcome, definitely. But yeah, basically, it's not a deal breaker at all. I think roughly speaking, like I already said, as long as you I think this is a space that's an alternative little safety valve for the culture where we can actually have a bit of swagger, have a bit of a sense of humor. Not a woke space. If you go and read my about section, anyone who's new, go and read my about section. I make jokes about it being a convoluted dating app, and anyone who it's a non-safe space for people who don't like safe spaces. Check that out. Um, Brandy, is anyone who they say they are? Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know, right? Shooter. Well, it's definitely like a total LARP fest game of Among Us, that's for sure. Um, but there you go. My instincts were fucking right about just in time now. My gut instincts just fucking told me that that was a load of bollocks, to be honest. Damn. But I don't wanna hurt, if it's a real person, then I don't wanna be mean as well, so you end up giving a little more grace than you might have done, if you see what I mean. Chessboard, icon sees Mr. No. Oh, hello, chessboard. Most days I'm the dog, and today I am the hydrant. Hydrant. You're getting pissed on. You're getting pissed on, chessboard. Who's pissing on you? And are you into it? There's a there's a whole subculture of people who are into that sort of shit. So happy days, chessboard. Fucking awesome. Um, Let me check. I'm still working. Yeah. Can you see it yet, Evie? Can you? Ideas are bulletproof. Anyone who knows V for Vendetta? I don't know it that well, but I definitely need to watch it uh, full on, fully paying attention and extract every single little bit of meta narrative from that film now. And I might even need to read the graphic novel. I think it was. I think it was a graphic novel. Um, well, all right, let's do this. And actually, yeah, Connor, Bigfoot, you're welcome on as well. I just might want to see if Icon wants on first with Brandy. I don't know why, I just feel like that. I just got a vibe that that's what I wanna do. Chad Bunga, I don't know, man. I think the debate is pointless. We are all stuck here, flat or not. Right, okay, well, banish Chad Bunga then. No, we're only joking. Um that's fair enough, dude. I mean, I like I say, I don't know positively what it is. I've got my suspicions, and I've got my reasons for suspecting those things, but I have certainly positively refuted the ball earth to my satisfaction. Really, the idea that yeah, anyway, I won't get into it, but yeah, you can't have oceans stuck to a supersonic spinning ball that spins faster than the speed of sound at the equator. That's all I'm going to say, but it is just so true. You can't have Polaris, the North Star, perfectly central all year round when we're apparently doing a 90 million mile radius orbit of the sun. It's actually impossible. There's loads of proofs, gyroscopes. Um, yeah, the physics of water, dude. Just it's definitely not a ball. It would probably leave you with the idea that but like I say, I'm not willing to positive a positive thing because I don't want to weaken the position. That's the first port of call, Mank, and maybe Connor as well a little bit, but I'm all right with Connor's whole patter. I'm into it. But certainly Mank, the first port of call is people need to see that they're not on such solid ground with the spinny ball thing. I'm willing to patiently stay at that point with it. You see what I'm saying? In my own time, I've got interest in what it might be, but that's not where the magic's gonna happen for most people if you wanna bring them to see that there's something wrong with their current model, that the one that NASA promotes. That's all I'm saying on it. This is not meant to be all flat earth people. Don't worry. We're gonna move on, and then we are gonna move on. And we're gonna have people up. We're gonna get Icon up. We're gonna get Brandy up. Connor maybe up, Jeff up, whoever wants up, maybe, Jacob if he's a real actual person, and, oh, what are you saying? I can seize Mr. No, haha, just got off chasing the truth. Big adventure tomorrow, manifesting encounters and progress, sure. Um, Chad Bunga is saying you're enlightened behavior, asking for a friend. Um, well, it's a loaded term, inevitably. I mean, I would coin it in terms of, I prefer the term actualization, although then again, that could be loaded for some people because it's sort of I don't know who coined that term as well. Was it Maslow? Was it Jung? Was it Freud? I'm not sure, but either way, it's a little more of a softer term. But yeah, enlightenment is saying you're enlightenment. I am enlightened. Well, the bit of you that is the truth that we seek to enter union again with cannot speak. So the bit of you that can speak will never be enlightened. So, and really they're non-different in essence, but there's a kind of conceptual, very non-arbitrary conceptual difference, which is like of matter, of import, of theoretical import. But yet, no, what you are, that which is as it is. It need not speak. Um, so yeah, the bit of you saying I'm enlightened necessarily will never be. True enlightenment is the death of the ego. So I think you'll end up sounding almost like someone with nobody home. You'll sound strangely like someone who's got full license. No, I'm playing. But someone who's got full license, because I'm very much on the path though towards that. I'm not all the way there, and I don't claim to be all the way there, but I'm certainly some way there, I would say. But full license, so it all still sounds like it's the full scope, the full theater is available to communicate with, because it's all just communication. It's all just different little energies, little personalities. We are committee in there. It's the full integration of all of the shadow committee, all the different drivers, the vulnerable bit, the ambitious bit, the go-getter bit, all those sorts of bits. Full integration, but then there's no one individual there home anymore. And it's just truth speaks, just truth. You're just an instrument that points people back to that within themselves. So anyone who's actually kind of there or broaching it will be just pointing back to the source of the true magic, the true that which is, baby. So yeah. Lester Taylor, Chad Bunga, are all these wrenches intimidating? Oh fuck yeah, shit. Sorry guys, you know what? You know all it is I'm not actually looking at the chat box in YouTube. So if you haven't got a wrench yet, don't feel naked. Um, you'll get one if you're hilarious, brilliant, or whatever. Yeah. And to be fair, the only reason I had to give loads of people um wrenches is because we've had troll sort of issues and shit. And I turned it into a bit of a joke about joining the Bee Masons, not the Freemasons, the Bee Masons. So there you go. Right, let's blast through this icon. Right, I'm just gonna move. I'm assuming that what's he saying? In my grasp, Chad Bunga, once you know the globe is a lie, the rest of the world becomes a bit clearer. F NASA, right on, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at, yeah. Hobbs, FE, non-FE, it doesn't matter. Well, Hobbs is not a ball earth believer, that's for sure, but there he is, being ever the diplomat also. The enlightened monk, trust Hive, the stuff she shows, the photographic proof of buildings that are designed the same design of electrical circuits, of Tesla circuits, and identical normal electrical circuits, and track is a circuit. Someone needs to make a better video then, Enlightenment, or maybe I should be the one to patiently sift through it then, and actually make that better video, if I think it's convincing. Just at the time, I wasn't willing to give that 40 minutes, but I may well, at your insistence, give it the time, because I at least wanna know what the fuck. And to be fair, man, I kinda know the theories, don't I, at the end of the day? I do know the theories. Pretty much like the whole red brick thing, the whole sort of what's the French monument, the little arc thing? Arc de Arc of Toilet? No, I don't know. The Louvre, the Louvre. I know the theory, mate. I know the theory. I do get it, and I found it very compelling. I forget the guy's name, but I watched the whole 5 hour one. I'm down with something of it. I get it, man, but there's also a lot of bullshit to do with that sort of stuff as well, man. I'm not willing I'm not willing to soften my position on the perfect refutation of the globe ball spinny bollocks. No offense if you believe in that, by the way. I'm not willing to soften that position. You know what I mean? Just all right. I might give it another go, Hive, Mank. I might actually give it another go, but just also, someone needs to make a better one. Maybe I need to make the better one. We'll see what happens. Right, I'm going to really blast through and be brutal. I'm just going to skip a load of stuff. Oh, actually, well, do you know what? I've sort of lost my position anyway. Well, let's do this. I'll tell you what, I've probably missed some comments that you've made, but I'm just gonna no nudity hashtag hilarious. Thank you. Yeah, I know, right? Allegedly, just me fucking around. Just me fucking around, seeing what happens. We have got 20 people in, so you know that shit works at the end of the day. And by the way, if you are new to viewing this shit, um, it was a joke. There is nudity. No, but also subscribe to me, motherfuckers, because this is probably about the funnest good time that you're going to get. And also, we're against the New World Order agenda, so that's fun, isn't it? You've just found your new favorite channel, and things will only get better. Things will only get better, or something more in tune. But it's true. I'm going to get a whole new system, and I'm working on it. And I'm forking out just for you. And look, I'm a rip-off Russell Brand at the end of the day, so you might as well fucking stick around. Come on, he's got 4 million subs. At least give me a few. At least help a brother compete with Russell Brand. Um, although I don't know if there needs to be two of us, since at the end of the day, he was a crazy moron socialist until he wasn't, and now he seems to know what the fuck's up. And much respect to the guy, and I've actually resubbed to him. Full disclosure, I've resubbed to the guy because he's saying really good shit about Bill Gates, the agenda, and all that crap. Right, Brandy's back. I'm sorry if I've missed your comments, people, but I've just got to catch up because I just get behind. But I really do apologize. And I can say and drop the link. All right, so I'm going to do this then. Jacob, be patient, Jacob. Don't hit this link. I'm not ready for you yet, mate. I want Icon and Brandy up. All right. And this one's going to be for Icon, and Brandy's going to insist that I send it to her in Messenger. So that's what I'm going to do. No one else hit that, only Icon. And if you want to, I mean, at the end of the day, if you do want on, let me know though. Let me know in the chat that you'll want on, and we may be able to arrange it. But do let me know first that you're thinking of doing it, and you know what I'm saying. That goes for Jen. That goes for Lockbeard. That goes. I don't think Lockbeard's here, or he might be casually, but I'm just saying that goes for anyone who. Although he's just in a stream, he's not going to want to do it. I wouldn't have imagined. Although I have been known to do that shit, just because. Oh, Dusan Cholvad, good to see you again. Arc de Triomphe, thank you, brother. Yes, you total legend. That's right, Arc de Triomphe, thank you. That's what I need the fruit flies for. Knowledge. I need help with the knowledge. Hello, Icon. How you doing, bruh?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Hive?
Very good, sir. Very good. You coming in hot again, bruh? A little bit, but I think you're right. Oh, look, I got a little Mr. Majika. A little Mr. fucking Majika. What the?
You
Oh
all
no,
right?
I've made it worst. I've made it worst. There you go. Jesus, hallelujah. It's funny Jesus. Who knew Jesus was this fucking hilarious? The second uh, coming of Christ. No, that's not inappropriate. Look, if you ain't got a sense of humor, guys, you Bible people, then that's no good. It's not going to cut it. We love you though. Jesus loves you all the same, even if you are sycophants and you ain't got a sense of humor. Um, Oh, Hobbes is saying there really is a difference between globe believers and anti-flat earthers. Whoa, that's so many double negatives there, which is two that I can't compute. Some just need more educational research. There is really is a difference between globe believers and anti. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, those that aren't willing to embrace the knowledge or the refutations if they if they appear. That's exactly right. Yeah. So here we go. Look, guys, you got Icon the Great and Hireless B. How are you doing, Icon? I want to get you on with Brandy. What do you reckon about that? Do you think we're actually going to get to see you and Brandy finally in the same chat space?
Where is Brandi? She
Brandy
needs to
Beach.
sign up. Yep.
I know. Well, she. Oh, I'm actually friends with Ruthless on Facebook, by the way. Now he found me. He's fucking. He's good, isn't he, Ruthless? I don't know how he found me,
That's
but
awesome.
I wasn't trying to not be found. But still, he clearly, you know.
Now, are you sure it was him or was it one of his cats?
Well, it was his cat Sheba, I think. Right? Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, it's very cute. At first, it was Sheba. His cat subscribed to me, and then he must have seen his cat fucking around on his iPad, subscribing to people, subscribing to his enemies again, and then he was like, "Shit." And then he decided, oh fuck it. If my cat likes him, I like him. So now he's subscribed. And look, we got Brandy as well. Yes, we have actually got Brandy. How you doing, Brandy?
I might be really loud.
Hey,
Well,
girl.
right, you sound a little quiet compared to. Oh, there you. That's more like it. I'm going to up the volume a little bit. So, why don't you guys say? Have you guys been on the same stream? I'm pretty sure you haven't, right?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think so.
Well, you guys get into it, man, and yeah, go at it.
Well, girl, what's happening?
Not much. I thought we were gonna rant about the asshole on the last one.
I will get to that. We will get to that. I was just thinking, Brandy. By the way, just on the off chance that the pirate doesn't work out, I reckon you should shack up with this boy. What do you reckon? He's got hay and tractors and everything.
Just what I've always wanted.
Well, well, you could do worse, Brandy. Let's put it that way. You could do worse. He's 6'2" and he owns a tractor. I mean, you could actually do worse.
Does live the closest out of all the ones in line so far.
What do you reckon, Icon? Are you game or what?
Yeah, I'm game. I ain't that way.
Wait, she already has progeny. You do know that.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm
Yes.
good, Brandi.
Brandy, I'm not kidding. You could do way worse. I mean, Icon fucking rocks. Let's be honest about it. You could do a million times worse.
Icon does rock. But
Yeah, he
Well,
does,
let's
thank you, ma'am.
have it.
You do as well.
Sorry,
So what's the
Lockbeard. I'm just
train?
sorry. I was just designing the contingency plan, Lockbeard. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure she's all about that thing. Go on. What are you saying, honey? She's all about your swashbuckle, Lockbeard. Really? What were you saying, Brandy?
I said, so what's the deal with these trains? Because now I'm
You know,
Oh, yeah.
in.
I'm not entirely sure. I guess I'd have to know what the name of one of the towns is along the rail line for me to tell you for certain what it is. And I
Okay.
understand if you want to keep an air of privacy to where you're at. So if you know like a town somewhere in the area that single line goes through, then I'd be able to tell you what it is.
Do you care if Hiveless gives me your email later?
No, that's perfect. That's perfectly fine.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I'll do that for sure.
Because the train came in from one direction. The blue CSX train came in, but when it went back out, the NS was pulling it, but it was right behind. The other engine was right behind the NS engine, and he was
Right.
facing backwards.
Yeah, that means they got to their destination. They either dropped off the cars they were pulling or they switched them out into the various customers' tracks. And then they ran around the train and they pulled it back the other way. So yeah, that would be right. Say that that coal train brought up a question though. How
Was that
far are
called?
you? Yeah, the coal train. How far are you away from a coal-fired power plant?
I'd have to look that up. I'm not aware of one.
Oh, okay.
Chessboard, very funny. Did all the men gang up on you and piss on you in the toilet? That's
I said I'm not looking at
pretty.
chat.
What are you saying, Brenda?
I said, oh shit, I forgot about chat.
No, no, you don't worry about chat at all. I'm just literally you guys, you and I can't get into it for a bit, and I'm just taking a moment to jump in and say this because it was so funny. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Anyway, go on, carry on, guys, carry on.
Yeah, I have a newfound obsession. So what are the trucks that clear the snow off the tracks called?
It depends on what they use. A lot of the times, the locomotives or engines themselves have a plow mounted right to them.
No, this literally looks like basically a pickup truck with like a normal street snowplow, but only the wheels on it look like brake rotors almost. Like huge steel solid wheels. They're really neat looking.
And that's what they use to clean that line by you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is cool. I haven't seen that before.
Or ghetto and cheap, but either way, cool.
Yep.
That's what I said the first time I saw it. I'm like, what the hell? That's a normal snowplow.
That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen that before.
I'll capture that bitch for you.
Brandy,
Cool, thank you.
oh, actually, Brandy, are you able to? Oh, I should make. Hang on. You know what I might try and do? I might try and turn my screen set, my avatar into that meme I made of Brandy earlier. Brandy, could you send it to Icon? Because I haven't actually sent it to him yet.
Well, no, I don't have his email yet.
Yeah, no, but when I send you the email, yeah, I know.
Yes.
Okay, I made her a 420 Thomas the Tank Engine meme.
Nice.
It was
And for the
good, man.
record, I do not smoke pot, but I'll condone it for everyone else.
Well, I don't
Oh,
anymore.
right on.
Although I would if there was one going, especially if it was the old school stuff like. But yeah, it's been a while for me. I used to be on it religiously. I used to self-medicate on weed when I couldn't get happy any other way for like years, man. That was my drug of choice, baby.
I used to smoke and play Call of Duty and Halo.
Absolutely, that was me. Typical stoner. Can you tell?
Star
I
Wars
mean,
Battlefront.
well, I didn't go that far. I mean, I'm not into shit things like that, but I did get into GTA and COD. Yeah, that was a joke. Anyway. Oh, here you go. I called it Thomas the Dank. I'll try and get it up. Oh, here you go. Right, that's what she said. Oh, you know what? It only allows a square, but I'll have to just sort of show you as much as I can of the meme. Oh, it's saying. Oh, each account is limited to 10 avatars. I didn't even know that. What can I? Oh, well, what? It won't let me get rid of. Oh, all right. That's annoying.
How many freaking avatars do you have?
Well, I've got one that I don't want that it won't let me get rid of, my very first one, which is actually quite frustrating. But all right, I'll have to get rid of. I don't know which one to get rid of then, because I actually kind of like them all. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that one then. All right.
Meanie, my Nemo.
Is Nemo here?
No, I said eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like, help you decide.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Which one did I go for? I went with the cards, the stupid cards, pack of cards. Anyway, let's try this. Okay, let's try
You
that
can
again.
always get it back later.
Yeah, exactly. This is more important for sure. So, all right. Hopefully that shows you enough of what's going on with it.
Nobody laughed at my Russell Brand joke.
What Russell Brand joke?
You said you subbed to him again. I forget exactly what you said. And I said, yeah, Katy Perry fucked enlightenment into him.
Well, Katy Perry didn't fuck anyone full of enlightenment. She's the total New World Order grifter loser, isn't she?
No.
I mean, she's kind of like you could tell she's all right, really, but she did sell her soul to Satan. So I don't know if I don't know where you're coming from with that shit, Brandy. She sucks.
I think she's attempting to redeem herself
Well, don't they all do that though? Don't they all? Didn't Lady Gaga have a sort of redeem herself phase? It was all just another marketing campaign because there's no end to the grift. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, man. Fuck them. I don't believe them. I don't believe them at all. Right, here you go. So let me try and actually get this to make this bigger.
Oh,
Look, guys. So that's my brandy meme. If anyone could see that, I can't actually make it bigger. But basically, let me point out that the top left-hand corner is Thomas and Friends. That's what that says. That's the little logo on her hat. And then in the background, you can see there's a train track. Like she's inside Thomas the Tank. Brandy is in Thomas the Tank Engine. So
Oh
sexy.
yeah, I see it.
So, and then you see at the bottom right-hand corner, it didn't come through, unfortunately, but that's a little meme that says 420 with a picture of Thomas the Tank Engine high off his rocker with pink eyeballs. So there you go.
And you can see the tracks out the window of the train.
Yeah, the train
was
track.
great.
It was good, man. That took me a while to put together because that was such a shit picture, Brandy, and I actually had to sharpen that up a bit and do some things to it.
It's from FN 2013.
Fair enough, man. Well, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Say again, huh?
So there's probably a flip phone.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, to be fair, I did a good job of sharpening it up. What do you reckon? I saw that you did use my improved image. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I look like I have demon eyes, but it's okay. Nobody needs to know they're actually
Well,
beautiful.
Well, I think well, the interesting thing is that's what makes them mysterious. Like you in real life do actually have slightly demon eyes, and but also in some ways they're kind of. Well, I can't remember what you said people call them, but
I'm not going to repeat that.
no, better not repeat that. But yeah, whatever. It sort of flits between demon eyes and people want to poke them out eyes. But whatever it was, yeah. And all right, there might be
It
a
was not
sweet.
people want to poke them out eyes.
No, it was something that they wanted to do something to something eyes. But yeah,
Fuck me
say that again.
Fuck me eyes.
Yeah, that's what she said. Fuck me eyes. It wasn't poke me eyes. It was it was poke me eyes. Pork me eyes. Shit. Exactly. So there you go. That's that. Well, do you want to get into all that troll situation? What the fuck was that? Well, Brandy was on that shit, man. To be fair, she's saved me from having to get into it myself with this person in question. So it turns out that just in time, every time just in time has been in the chat, which we sort of suspected me and Brandy on the side, like, has actually been Captain Stinker the whole time, who sometimes doubles up as multiple other accounts, basically. Professional troll.
And I don't
Crazy
believe
shit.
it's not Captain Stinker, because if Captain Stinker was there that whole time watching everything go down with the Justin person, why didn't he or she speak up right then, and we could have saw them interacting at the same time, and there would have been no argument.
Well, there were multiple tells as to why I knew it was the same individual. So I knew it very early on, and there's not a doubt in my mind in that respect. So, well, I say there's not a doubt in my mind. I do always try and be very honest. That's my whole way. So I'll say that I was incredibly confident that all the tells pointed to me to that being the case. Yes. So, Lockbeard dealt with it well, though. Brandy, what do you reckon? I was very impressed with Lockbeard. He totally won my respect the way he dealt with that situation.
Yeah, I was surprised actually. I didn't think he was going to block him.
Well, even pre-blocking them, I was impressed the way he was. In fact, he was fair-minded. That was what was good about it. He was actually fair-minded. I think he needs to probably block Stinker though, seeing as it's exactly the same fucking person, you know.
Yeah.
But that aside, yeah, he fucking kicked ass on that front.
He called. I didn't read the last message. Did he tell Lockbeard to suck it? What did he say?
Yeah, that was a good one. I think they knew that the writing was on the wall already because of Lockbeard had taken a proper stance and gone with it and realized what was up, and then they realized the writing was on the wall, so they used their last moment of power to sort of throw it at people, saying, "Don't Bigfoot is a load of bollocks," even though they'd previously been saying that they were into it, and then they come back in a stinker saying, "I think Bigfoot is interdimensional," right? It's a load of bollocks.
He was on Gypsy Road earlier. I was just watching. I wasn't commenting. And Gypsy Road showed one of Long Island Bigfoot's videos. And he commented something like, I don't know, Long Island Bigfoot wanted to show Gypsy Road something, and he went back to the same spot to film the same area. And Justin came in with, did you go at the same exact time during the day? Sunlight cast dark shadows, like kind of being a dick, but not being a dick. And I'm like, what's going on? So I was kind of prepared for it to happen on Lockbeard later.
Wow. So Brandy was prepped, and she was so on that shit. As soon as that person started coming at me saying, "Do you like me yet?" Which was a weird thing to start saying when I hadn't done nothing wrong to that person, obviously. Merely be slightly suspicious that they weren't who they said they were, which they weren't in the end, which is just means that I'm a guard. No, it just means my instincts are all right. So, but yeah, I'll just say to that person, that individual in question, I keep saying it. I got nothing against you, man. Just what the fuck? Honestly, with all that imagination, it's a shame you don't do something absolutely, truly awesome. Although I'm not going to say that it's been allowed to continue. So maybe maybe it's a catalyst for our growth. And it means that we're not naive to that sort of shit. But I don't know, man. Give it up. I got nothing against you personally at all. At the end of the day, so who cares, right? Any other thoughts on that, or do you want to? What do you want to get into other than that? Brandy icon.
All I'll say is she was given the opportunity to make it right. She did not take it. Now you can fuck off.
Oh shit! Hang on a second. Do you like me yet? Hang on. How does Saggy know that comment? Is that the real Saggy Paw? Saggy, has Saggy got a spanner or not?
Yeah, Saggy got a spanner.
Right. Yeah, but how do I know it's the real spanner? Oh God, because I could have given someone else a spanner that's not Saggy. Do you like me? How Saggy wouldn't know that though. Oh, I don't want to get into this whole LARP fest paranoia thing, everyone. Just I'm not into it. But all it is Saggy wouldn't have seen Lockbeard's streams, so Saggy couldn't know that.
You just mentioned it though.
He just said it. So did he type it after?
I didn't say that. I didn't quote that.
Yeah, you did.
Did I actually quote that just now? Did I?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wow, so I'm so on just flow that I wasn't even focused on what I was saying. Right, do you like me yet? Did I actually say that? Okay. All right, if that's true, and so okay.
Story is so fitting.
So if Saggy's fucking with you, then it worked beautiful.
That's Saggy because he just uploaded a video and that's his avatar. It's him.
Yep.
No, I know. Well, yeah, but no, I know it is his avatar. Someone else could have. Okay, I'm just gonna trust that you're right then. All right, sorry. Shit, paranoia is real, man. There you go. That's what that does, though. That is what that does. Yeah, fuck it. All right, my apologies. Let's moving on, moving swiftly on. All right. Well, anyway, and by the way, I'm just going to throw this out there. You got to think in terms of that. They could troll as any one of us in someone else's chat and create all sorts of fucking discord at the end of the day. So, that's what's problematic with that sort of shit. Hear what I'm saying?
I hear you. I'm thinking they better fucking not.
Well, I'm just letting you know, but that's the problem with that sort of shit. You just said it, B. I repeat it. All right, my bad. Although if you were a troll, you would just jump on Brandy's excuse that she made for you. Yes. Okay, then. No, okay. All right. Well, what do you want to get into? Otherwise, then you two.
Chad, what do you want to talk about? The Jersey She Devil.
Could you like me yet? I don't know you yet, Bunga, do I? Saggy is saggy. Okay. You just okay. Man, it's so funny how it all descends into that sort of that's the toxicity it creates. Yeah, it's so crazy. There you go. That's what but the world's like that, isn't it? The world doesn't let you remain naive and nescient. The world does that to you anyway, so you do have to get that little bit of a I tend to assume the worst. I've said that the other day. I tend to assume the worst. Right, and then I can climb down away from that. That just seems to be my best style. But in fact, Brandy knows this. In fact, Brandy, you were like that with me as well. You've assumed the worst very early on, and then it's like a case of climbing back away from that sort of thing. So,
Well, if I got to kick somebody down a peg, it's easier from on high.
Well, it's easier for me to apologize to them for being wrong and a bit overzealous than, you know what I mean? Like letting them worm their way in and then pretending to be nice to them when I'm actually suspicious and all that sort of other bollocks. I'd rather just sort of let it be known that I'm not sure that everything is, as it seems with you.
Shame it even has to be that way, really.
Well, it is, but I think it's just a necessary part of having an instrument in a dual world, theoretical dual reality, and having to try and navigate that space. I think it's just a necessary level of maturity and a navigation technique. The worst thing is being naive. That's all I know. You know, so Icon. What do you think of how Icon did the other day when he had to take over when my server
Hold on,
crashed? I
I'll be
mean,
right back.
are you cut out for me then, Brandy? I was just going to let you carry on. I didn't hear what you said.
I'm fairly certain she said, "Hold on, I'll be right back."
Oh, okay. Oh, really? Okay. Well, Icon, how was that for you, man? I thought you were absolutely hilarious. I thought you were brilliant, man. I think you're ready to do your own show now. The way you were sort of doing a little roast humor with the chat and stuff. I just thought people were into it. The way you were teaching people stuff as well. You know, and all that sort of stuff. The way you're
I
teaching
had
people about the.
I had fun with it. I feel I need to work at it a little more so I can get a little more comfortable and be in the groove.
Well, would you even be happy for me to sort of go and make myself a tea and just let you at it and have another practice at it? Because I'm quite happy to do that.
In just a few minutes, because I was
Yeah.
waiting for Chessboard to respond, and now he
Right.
did. Let me type
Oh, I'll
back
get.
to him, and
Yeah.
yeah, we can do that in a few minutes.
All right, good man. And he was saying, right. Oh, Nemo. Sorry, Nemo. Good to see you, Nemo. Yeah, sorry, mate. I meant to say hello to you. What are you saying? What's Nemo saying? Hi, Evless. By the way, the GLP Hake chats. Hey, it's Nemo. Why? I started Jewish History Month. The demented Hitler supporters have been harnessing, trolling, threatening Nemo ever since. That's funny as fuck, dude. Oh, really? Well, Nemo, man, that's no good. That can't be. Well, I have to say there is a bit of there is a little bit of the legitimate sort of anti-Semitic thing going on over there, man. I mean, I'll just remind people what my take on that situation is. Even though there may well be, well, yeah, I just think that the supremacy in any of the sort of ideological designations is naturally a supremacy, thinking you're the righteous ones, and so you're the chosen people is like a motif that runs very deep, especially in the Jewish sort of religion, and so especially in that case and for other cultural reasons, yeah, there's a lot of there's certainly a contingent of supremacy there, of an elite kind of contingent of supremacy that hold a lot of sway and influence, you know, in various places in the world. But i- i- it doesn't surmount to me. They're not behind everything like as a group. That's the problem. This idea that you can blame a group for what's happening, you know, and like y- you can't say all Jewish people. You can't even say that. You can't even say most Jewish people. You'd at least have to say something like a contingent of people that are supremacy minded, you know, bear some influence on a world stage. But even then, the New World Order is supersedes the Jewish interest groups. It really does. It's sort of deeper than that. It's far deeper, and it's got its own ideology beyond and that exceeds Judaism. That's why you get non-Jews all about the New World Order. So I don't buy that whole thing. But in the JLP chats, you do get a lot of that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, which surprises me a bit, but. I'm sorry to hear that, Nemo. I can see your beautiful irony humor for wanting to start a Jewish History Month as a sort of double a sort of an ironic kind of joke and play at the sort of trying to get them to hold the mirror up to themselves. Too bad, Nemo. I get you, mate. Well, that's not going to work then, is it? I can't use Nemo as my grift monkey to go and grift people from JLP to come over to my chat. Then too bad, Nemo. Well, it could have been beautiful, but you had to go and be fair-minded. Too bad. Icon, how you doing?
And then get treated unfairly too yet.
Right on. Too bad, mate. Too bad. How's Saggy doing? No worries, mate.
Oh, Brandy left a message in chat. She's got to go check
Yeah,
on her mini.
I appreciate you letting me know that, dude. I had seen it. To be fair, I had seen it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right on.
I probably should, and actually, yeah, no. What I didn't do, mate, is respond. That's my mistake because I'm Dory and I've got half a brain, the- yeah, I should have done it and let you know that I'd seen it, mate. That was my bad. I get it. Yeah. Is Brandy back yet? No, she's probably still away, right?
I'm still
Yeah.
here, but I need to stay muted for a minute.
Yeah, no worries, man, no worries. Well, how you set, Icon? How you set for taking the floor? Because I'd be quite happy for you to do it.
Um,
If you don't feel like it as well, that's fine too. That's fine, absolutely fine too.
I just ain't feeling the groove at the moment.
Well, go on. What's up with you, man? Are you're not having a good time with it? Then what is going on?
No, I just had a long day and I'm kind of my brain isn't up to par at the moment. It's kind of relaxing.
No worries. So Icon is half cut. Then that means.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to make him paranoid and throw him right into the fucking deep end then. All right. Well, that's for totally fine, mate. Well, is there anything you actually want to kind of get into, though, in particular?
I mean, if you like up and disappear again, I will do my damnedest, of course.
Yes, I respect that, and I know you would as well. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Anything for a distant neighbor.
Oh, mate. Well, I totally appreciate it. Well, basically, yeah, my servers do tend to go down. So Icon, you know what I'm about? Let me tell Icon this actually, because he likes his gear, not heroin active shooter, his stuff. Um, um, basically, I've ordered the webcam, so I've actually ordered the Ava Media PW 315 or whatever the fuck that was.
Yep.
It's the best one you can get. It's like the closest one you can get to a mirrorless camera. However, I've had to get. I'm about then after this live stream to order 3 grand's worth of iMac new Macintosh computer, because the limit, basically you actually need quite good system requirements to run that webcam. So to be fair, you couldn't do it in a bootleg fashion. I have to get 3 grand's worth of Mac just to run that webcam. So there you go. I'm about to do it.
Wow.
But you know what I'm going to have on it as well? I'm going to have Logic Pro is going to come with it. That's my door of choice for production. Anyone who
Okay.
doesn't know, I'm music producer. That's right. And then also Final Cut Pro, so I can finally start to learn how to edit films proper. And
Oh,
there you go.
right on, dude. That's cool.
Right, and I'm gonna start to really make some good content and do some live, some pre-recorded. I have got a mirrorless camera, the G3 Lumix. It's old school now, but it's good quality. So I'm actually gonna put together some nice copyright-free my own stock material and start to make music videos, just company thing, meditation videos, all that sort of stuff. Well, not me making the meditation videos. I think Woodland Warrioress was interested in that sort of stuff, but I could probably help do all that sort of stuff and put a visual to it. So I'm seeing a whole expansive potential universe of things that I might be able to do with all this new speculation I'm in the middle of doing. So what do you reckon, Icon, that I've invested my dollar into making the fruit flies feel like their guard is at least got a professional setup?
Dude, that sounds awesome. Absolutely awesome. I can't wait to see what you get into.
Yeah, I think it's going to be nice, man. I really do. Yeah, well, at least it'll look like a proper channel. As long as I hide my sub count, like no one will ever really know if I'm very successful and modest or just not successful and desperate.
Yeah, I think I need to upgrade too pretty soon because if I start doing all this slide copying and 16 millimeter film with sound copying, then I'm going to need a better computer to do that proper because I'm doing it for a historical society to help preserve everything.
Yeah, well, I think it's worth it. I mean, of all things, if this is the way the world's going, if you have those, it's a worthwhile investment. If the pound or the dollar's going to go under anyway, at the end of the day, I mean, why not invest it now in some hardware that you could potentially. I mean, to be fair, unfortunately, people are all about the sort of something about your what do you call it, man? When you flex your bling. People do respond to you flexing what we associate with material affluence. Unfortunately, even I respond to that. If I see someone who looks like a film star who's wearing a load of fucking bling, looking top notch with a load of honeys around him, even I tend to sort of think, "Hey, give me something for free, dude. Hey, hello."
Right?
Yeah, you're important. Help me. Hey, help me advertise my music. I need some. So we also had that weird reaction. So it's just unfortunately just one of the archetypes. It's just one of the ways the human psyche works. So yeah, I think it's a worthwhile investment if you actually want to sort of make a go at it on YouTube. You got to be willing to invest in that stuff. Unfortunately, so a bit superficial, but I'm just aware that why the fuck not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty content with what I've got picked out so far for a computer. I'm just trying to figure out external storage because I know I'm going to need a lot of it.
Hmm.
And I don't want to go with the standard hard disk drive. I want to go solid state because that's all I've used now since I got the laptop that I currently have.
Yeah, well, I've bootlegged it for years, mate. In fact, I've only ever had my little MacBook Pro, and at the time, it was an impressive bit of kit. But I've done everything I've mixed full albums on that thing. Whoa! Oh, I know what that is, but I dare not fucking say. But that's so funny that you just did that. Oh my god! Well, that
What about a portable, what the hell are they called? Extended storage icon.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I want solid state. I want portable. Well, actually, I kind of need portable so I can take it back to the historical society and show them what I'm up to because you can't send like ginormous files through the emails.
I might just sorry, Brandon. I want to get you in and talking to Icon in a second, but I got a response to Mr. Hugh because it's about the most coherent thing he's ever said. And
That's
awesome.
cool. I got to respond to chessboard, so I'll be right back.
Perfect.
Also,
All right, amazing. Mr. Hugh, well, for start, Michael, you are born dead, and what you were told in school, most of it is liars. What is happening in this world now is all we have left to believe. I don't actually know what that end bit means, but it sounds pretty awesome. I at least wanted to give it a go, Mr. Hugh, because it sounded awesome. I'm going to assume you're. Oh, what's he saying? I might as well learn this about chessboard. I taught and programmed computers for a flight simulator for 35 years. That's awesome. A total of 45 years in computers. Retired in 2015. Changing languages was a challenge. I am into SBC or the Raspberry Pi now. What does that mean? Does Icon know what that means? SBC or the Raspberry Pi?
I'm not sure
Raspberry
what.
Pis are awesome. They're little mini computers you can program to do whatever you want, pretty much.
Wow,
Yeah,
did not
my
know
brother
that.
made me all the old Nintendo games. He put one on this little tiny thing for me, and all you have to do is hook that up to the HDMI with a little controller.
Now that's
Using the
awesome.
hell yeah.
Nice. Michael Hayward, I want to know about Daisy Dukes coming in hot on Lockbridge Show.
She always does, but she hasn't been in there in a while. But she always comes in talking about some freak nasty stuff she's up to. She's
What?
funny.
What's this mean? Connor's saying French mafia trying to push back in the Panhandle. What is that?
I don't know.
I
I'm not.
ain't got a clue.
Not aware of that. Those events. Didn't like man.
We
And non. Oh, so what did he say? Well, hang on. What was that? Do it again, because I actually missed it.
I said wee.
Oh, fucking hell! I thought she was doing another one of those fucking things that she just did. That was hilarious, Brandy. By the way. Ha, ha.
Shit, once I can't do it again. So
Go
right
on
now.
then. All right. Chad Bunga. Oh yeah. Let's see. All right. Let me see. I want to get a bit of the chat going because. Oh, here we go, Mr. Hugh. Michael, do you know? You know that's KNOW, Mr. Hugh. KNOW. 'Cause I need to say it because I know you always say it like N-O, but it's K-N-O-W, and I can't spell for shit, by the way, that's coming from me, so it's gotta be bad if I'm trying to correct your spelling, trust me. Michael, do you know the dude who came up with Vaseline, eat a spoonful of it every day? That's that's just Mr. Hugh and Michael getting into a bit of homoerotica, presumably, and if it's not, then it's your own fault for having done that sort of most of the time. For me, assuming that that's true. Chessboard. Oh yeah, and that's just chessboard responding. Let me just all I'm doing is just checking that the fruit flies aren't saying anything useful. And no, it's okay. Of course they're not. What was I thinking? Oh, here you go. No, they are. The Enlightened Man dildo frequency.
Yep.
Well,
Hilarious.
Brandy,
Hmm,
the Enlightened Man.
it's a massager, technically.
It's a massager, technically. Well, the
Yeah, we
Enlightened
used to sell those too at the adult toy store.
Travel size. Ooh,
travels. I think it's called pocket size, and I think that's where you're meant to shove it up. But also, the Enlightened Mank is a genius. Wow, the Enlightened Mank proved his next level skills of being able to encode reality or decode reality, I should say. Um, well, that's hilarious, Brandy. The Enlightened Man found you out. That's so funny. Yeah, apparently it is actually, though, joking aside, it is officially a neck massager for real.
right.
But right. But she said she'd do that just to throw me to make me laugh on a live stream one day. Just to that's so funny. Well, Icon, what sort of box of toys do you have? That's what I want to know. You're into all that freaky stuff, aren't you?
I
Yeah,
guess
I'm
we didn't
kind
know
of
boys about
kind of
the creamy Vaseline.
creamy Vaseline.
Oh, Vicks.
Well,
Wait
well,
a
well,
minute.
well, Brandy sent me that Vicks actually do their own cream. They actually do a cream as well. Vicks cream. It's actually
Yeah,
true. It's a
hang
true
on
story.
just a second, guys. I want to put on a quick pot of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you do your thing, mate. You do your thing. God, he got out of that quickly, didn't he, Brandy? As soon as I started talking about his box of toys,
I thought
he
you
had to.
said I thought you said somebody in chat. If I didn't realize you said him, or I wouldn't open my mouth.
Ah, right. I see what you're saying. No, I'm only playing. I'm only playing. I'm only playing, Icon. You take your time, and you can be in or out, or do what you want to do, mate. At the end of the day.
Make that coffee.
Right on. Hey, Brandy, you do know when you speak over me, my noise gate, I can't actually hear you, remember? So I literally miss everything you say when I'm speaking.
Gotcha.
Thank you. And I'm only saying it because I actually want to hear what you're saying, but yeah, it's true. Um, I vouched for Chad to get a wrench. Ah, Connor, all right then, mate, fine. All right, I'll give Chad a wrench. The only thing was that I was not on YouTube, so I'll open up a YouTube tab then. I'll open up a YouTube tab just so I can give Chad a wrench because Connor is awesome. How about that?
Yeah,
By the way,
Chad's a
if you're
name
not,
I'm familiar with too.
yeah, no, I know the name well for sure. Chad, your reputation doth precede you. Well, anyone who's not subbed, please do subscribe. By the way, otherwise you'll never know when we're doing this stuff again. And it's always a good time. We always have a laugh. Lots of comedy, lots of truth, lots of all sorts of things. And my
Dog.
setup. Oh, sorry, my setup is only going to be improving as well. So an iron dogger and the busy bees. What's happening? Have I never given you a wrench, Iron Dogger? Is Iron Dogger the real Iron Dogger? Because I'm slightly paranoid. Could someone quickly vouch that Iron Dogger's the real Iron Dogger? Because I'm sort of surprised I have not given Iron Dogger a wrench yet. Can someone let me know that's real? And hello, Iron. How you doing? I just can't believe I haven't given you one yet. And a wrench. Ha ha ha. Get it.
She said tubers and footers. It has to be her.
All right, perfect then. That's what I need to know. All right, Iron. What a disgrace. How could I have never given you a wrench?
How dare you?
I know. Well, there you go. Iron's got a wrench. Chad should have a wrench. Just double check. The next time you guys comment, you should have wrenches. And then who else we got? I haven't heard from Jacob in a while, and I don't know I got to sort of check out who Jacob is anyway first, um,
I'm
but
Team
yeah.
Edward.
What are you saying, honey?
I said I'm Team Edward.
Your Team Edward. What does that even mean?
Team Jacob or Team Edward from Twilight.
Ah, well, aren't you more impressed that I, as a grown human male, didn't know that though, than if I did know that?
No,
I don't think that's a good thing for a man to know. You know, the meta universe of Twilight. I
that
don't
was
think
a
that's
good
an.
set of movies.
It wasn't actually. I actually was forced to watch one of those, the first one, with a date because I went on a date with a girl. In fact, that was when the last time I proper dated, I went on one date and watched Teeth, a film about vaginas with teeth in it or something. I think it was called Teeth, and that was a fucking disgrace. I mean, who the fuck would go and watch that especially on a first date as well? Um, although,
Maybe
yeah.
it was a warning.
Well, the date didn't end well, and by that I mean only that I didn't get to see whether or not she did have teeth, or not. You know, but yeah. So basically, but yeah. And then the next time I went on a similar date was watching Twilight. Was no, hang on a sec. And actually, she became my girlfriend for a year, and I'm not going to mention who it was, but yeah, there you go. That ended probably just about as well as the teeth one. That relationship, but hey. Um, Although I am just about intact though, so at least just about. Um,
Did
what was
did um did uh did you say you were washing toilets?
me?
Yeah.
No, what?
Oh, I just tuned in and I thought you said something about washing toilets. It's like, all right, you must have had a rough day.
I must have mumbled something. I must have mumbled something in a weird British accent, mate. Sorry about that. No,
All good, all good.
all good, all good. Right, Brandy. What
Oh,
should we get into? Oh, go on, Icon. Yeah.
sorry. I was every time I'm on air with you, I always want to ask you if you know of any place that has an official crapper toilet in it that works.
What about an official crapper toilet? Is that actually a brand like Armitage Shanks or?
Yeah, look up Thomas Crapper Company Limited,
Very funny. Thomas Crapper. What a name.
right?
Yeah. Did he change his name? Just to be fair, if that was my name, I probably would get into the toilet business as well. Thomas Crapper Toilet.
It's good for advertising.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. It's the only thing that name might sort of be a boast about. You know what I mean? Because, well, yeah. Imagine your name was Thomas Crapper Lawyers. I mean, you wouldn't make a good lawyer company. Or Thomas Crapper Banking. Who wants to get into Crapper Banking? Do you know what I mean? It just about works for toilets. Um, well, go on. Yeah, talk to me. And I'm looking at this up in the background, by the way, people.
I'd
What's so
absolutely
special about
love
these
a crapper in my house.
You've actually I think you both spoke over each other then, but you've got an actual crapper in your house. Oh, actually, joking aside, mate, I just found, honestly, there's one set that's called the new Thomas Crapper low level WC set Victorian bathroom. It looks so cool. And honestly, I've got a single toilet and a separate bathroom in a new apartment I'm moving into. I'm going to start calling it apartment, else Icon tries to dig me that I'm a chav moving into a council estate or some shit. But anyway, I just found a beautiful one with a little red painted steel looking tank, like top or whatever, it's a cistern tank. Mate, that looks like exactly what I'm looking for, like an old school vintage toilet from yeah, that looks awesome. I actually will bear that in mind. In fact, let me take a screenshot of that. That looks so cool.
Crap on. Crap off. The crapper.
Build Back Crapper. That's the BBC, isn't it? Build Back Crapper as well, by the way.
Yep.
Just saying. But dude, that's awesome. They look so cool. You know what? I might even go for one of them. I bet it'd be quite expensive, but man, they look so cool though.
They are expensive, but they're absolutely gorgeous. And it's really cool to read about the history because the crapper company itself was out of business for like, was it 30 years, something like that. And then a number of years ago, they found out that some of the original molds were still intact. So someone else picked up the name and the molds and started reproducing them again.
Oh, good.
I'm
Well,
sure they
hopefully that's
made I'm sure they made fresh molds so they could do it proper, but still, that's where they got it from.
would hope that that would bring down the price then, presumably,
It'd be
right?
nice, but there's like the queen mum still squats on a crapper.
Does she? It
Yes.
looks they look awesome, honestly. I mean, I'm genuinely impressed. I'm glad you introduced me to those, mate. That's something I needed to know. I'm not even kidding. Like
Yeah,
that's what I want. That,
imagine.
you know,
Oh,
go
sorry.
on. No, I was just gonna
I'd
say
be
that's
an
the aesthetic I
absolute.
want.
Here we did it again.
Okay, go on. You go first. No, you.
Okay, okay. That was like totally Canadian right there.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
That's great. I'd absolutely love one, but by the time you pay for shipping and handling after it gets to the States here, it's going to be about 9 grand.
Oh, fuck that then. Well, I'll just get a knockoff crapper. I'll get I'll get a
Well, I
crapper.
wager it's got to be damn near half price if you get it by you, because I don't know, I can't remember where they're located, but the UK ain't that big.
Right. Well, I'm trying to show you what one looks like, but I'll have to leave out the actual seat and just show you the top bit because the one I'm looking at because of the way the picture is. But I'm trying to. Here you go. Ah, that work? Oh no, sorry.
Oh, here we go. How far are you away from Huddersfield?
Do you know what? I don't know where Huddersfield is in relation to me, but and I know that's terrible. I don't know that. Um, you've caught me out there, mate. Let me just bear with me, and I'll tell you in a second. I'm just trying to do this thing first. I'm trying to show
Yeah,
you the picture of the one I was looking at. But yeah. I mean, it'll be a lot closer than you, mate. That's for sure. Be a lot closer
yeah,
to
totally.
Huddersfield. Right. Um. Right. Oh, is that working? What's going on? Oh, is this working? There you go. Can you see that? That's the one I was looking at. I thought that looked really cool.
Oh yeah, that's sharp.
That is sharp, man. That's your color. That's your shade of red, isn't it?
It is, it is.
Yeah, that is cool, man. I mean, look at the gold pipe and everything. That's what a bee king, the leader of the bee mason, sits on while he's contemplating how he's going to destroy the New World Order. Uh,
The
but
only
anyway,
thing I'd do different is I'd get the one with the tall tank on it because they have the pull chain. I always thought that was cool.
yeah, you know what? I 1,000,000% agree with you at the end of the day, mate. I just thought that was nifty. And to
Oh,
be
it
fair,
is.
right, but I actually tend to agree with you, fella. Yeah, I actually do. Pull chains, yeah, all the way, all the way. All right. Well, where are we at? Anything's being said in chat? Is there anything good? Is anyone actually saying anything intelligible, or not? Oh, Oracles is here. Hello, Oracles. How you doing, honey? And Jen's here as well. Jen, did you hear Jen do the tarot reading, Brandy?
Yes, I did. I keep trying to
Nice.
encourage her to start a channel as well.
Right on. She definitely should do it. Like Jen, I know you're going through a bunch of other stuff, but I think at the end of the day, it doesn't actually take much to set it up and build it, and they will come. So basically, build it, and we will just jump on, and you'll already have a little basis, and then you don't have to think about it. It doesn't even matter if you don't upload, if you only upload one thing to start the channel off. As long as you do that, then it's up to you when you do another one. But I think at first you should at least do that and not talk yourself out of saying that you're not ready to do it yet. And I actually think Icon should do that, by the way, as well.
What's up?
Well, I think you just start your new channel, regardless of what's going on with other things, just to establish it and maybe do a one-time shit video and be willing to make a few kind of crappy ones for a while, just so people can actually go and sub to you at least. Just create the channel.
Oh, yeah. Let me take a look. Yeah, the forecast says we got rain here Tuesday, so I won't be doing anything outside. I'll probably do it then.
Sorry, mate. You know what? I was totally distracted reading something about Saggy Paw looking for a pound to pretend to be the Tooth Fairy. Say it again, Icon. I do apologize, mate. I just totally missed that.
Oh, good. I said it's going to be raining here on Tuesday, so I can set that up then.
Rain day. All right. Well, basically, perfect. So what we'll do then is I'll get Icon on Tuesday or Wednesday just to promote the shit out of your new channel, then, mate. And actually, I know Brandy's just muted, but I don't know if she must have gone off. Oh, here she
Here,
is. Brandy, where are you at with your channel idea as well?
I probably won't be doing live anytime soon.
What, like, as in on account of what? Because they've been ill with a cold or what?
No, I'm just not set up for it at the moment.
Fair enough. All right. All right. Well, hey, man. I'm happy to everyone jump on it. And in fact, does anyone want to jump on? Hey, Iron Dogger or Connor or Oracles or Jen or
Hi,
Hobbs, actually.
Oracles.
Say again.
I said hi, Oracles.
Hi, or Hobbs. I think Hobbs was even. I don't even know if Hobbs is still here. He was earlier, but I don't know if Hobbs has got his set up yet, and if he'd be up for doing it. But basically, let me know if you want up, guys. Or let me put the link in the chat. But do let me know. I'd have to. Yeah, let's see. I don't know how many people I can get on all at one go. Does anyone know that actually? Am I allowed up to 5 on this first paid for version, right? Presumably.
10.
10, I thought.
Is it 10? All right. Well, there you go then. I don't think I've ever exceeded 4 so far. There you go. If anyone wants on, go at it.
Woo, we can have a big old orgy.
Yes, we can. Icon's been waiting to say that for 3 years the uh, since the party that his ex non-wife found him at. Um, hence the demise of their relationship. Presumably, allegedly. Is that true, Icon, or am I just making shit up again?
Well, the funny thing is I had like a half-ass harem going back then, so you're kind of on track.
Whoa, dude! What with all the cowherd girls? Yeah, in Wisconsin, had a harem of cowherd girls. Are you Krishna? Are you Harry Krishna? you the
Nope, nope.
supreme? You the supreme personality of Godhead? Did you know that actually? You might not even know this, but I used to be a Harry Krishna, and the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. His whole vibe is that he's surrounded by loads of cowherd girls that adore him, and he's this humble farmer kid who destroys demons part time for a hobby, and they all just love the guy, and yeah, that's just his whole vibe. Is he's got
That's
loads
awesome.
of it's awesome. So that's why I was asking if Icon isn't the supreme personality of Godhead.
I
For the
might
back,
be.
you never know, man. You know, well, we are all really in terms of their cosmological understanding of things. But yeah, um, well, that sounds interesting. You actually had a harem, dude. I mean, joking aside, can we get into it or probably not? Because that I'd love to
No,
fucking. No,
I'll
no, no, no,
pass.
no, no, no. Okay, okay. No worries, mate. No worries, but that does sound intriguing. Well, men do
Oh,
seem to
okay.
be
Yeah, I found Huddersfield is two
ah
hours and 6 minutes north of you on the M1.
absolute legend. What's the nearest nearby county, or what county is it in, or what's the nearest city? Is it not? Is it east or west or what?
Oh, let's see. That's north of you. It's southwest of Leeds.
Right. Thank you. Okay. Right. That
Like
makes sense.
between Leeds and Manchester.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes total sense. You know what? Now I know the sort of regional kind of dialect or something. Okay. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Right on.
Right on. What's Jen saying out of interest? Oh, no, she's talking to Iron. What did people say? in response to the idea of jumping on. Does anyone else? Oh, right, okay. 10 hiveless. Oh, as in 10. I presume that means in 10. Respect. Okay. No worries, Connor. And that's if I've understood you right. Hello, Hive Mind. Oh, sorry. Paradox Fossils. Sorry not to see you, dude. Hello. All right, I'm just going back over. Hey, Brandy, got to hear from you two. Why don't you two get talking? And you guys. In fact, do you know what? Can I do this, Brandy? Are you back proper?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. Well, can I just leave you an icon to get into it? Because I wouldn't mind going and make it a cuppa, man. I'm parched.
Sure.
All right. Are you sure? Because you both don't sound like your total top form selves necessarily. That you're even for it, or
Well, I'm
should
half listening for the kids and half here.
how dare you not have full attention on this channel and be worrying about being a mother at the same time?
Oh, how rude.
How rude. Well, are you good for that icon? I think you and Brandy should get into it anyway, because you haven't really ever done that before. So,
Yeah, that's cool. Totally.
all right. Well, I'll be back very soon. Like I'll be back in 5, but I'll see you. All being well, and if there are no server crashes, which there are sometimes, I'll see you all in a little bit. How about that?
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right. I'll catch you. I'll catch you very soon. Bye bye.
Pinky's out, mate.
Piggies.
That's awesome. So what's happening on your end of the world?
Something's being attacked in the backwoods.
Oh, that's exciting. Like a whole lot of shrieking going on.
It's probably the raccoons.
Oh
But of
yeah,
course,
they make the racket. Either
no, I
fighting. Oh, go
some,
ahead.
something is always out there dying.
Or they're creating life. One of the two. It usually sounds about the same.
No, this sounds like something is being dragged off and mutilated.
Ooh, fun. It could be skunks too, for that matter.
I'm trying to listen to see if it happens again. It's not gonna, because I want you to hear it.
Yeah, I would figure.
No, I cannot do a German accent. I don't think. I've never tried.
Everyone is on the German accent thing now after the other day. That was funny.
I don't have coyotes. Oh, no, that's a lie. Yeah, we do have coyotes. Could be. Iron, are you still here? Did you have your coffee?
Indeed, I did. Did you get coffee?
I got a mocha mint latte.
Ooh, hey, that's Pinky's out too.
Oh, fancy. In your
What's he
live
saying?
yesterday, Iron, in your live yesterday, when you were going over that little wooden bridge with hubby, um, you pointed the camera down at the water. When you came back up to the far right of the frame, there was something big and dark in the back by the trees. But of course, it wasn't clear enough to make out, but it was something of interest because the trees didn't go up that high and it was in the middle of 2 separate trees. So I don't know if you want to look back at that or not. But I found it intriguing. You don't watch the Bigfoot channels, do you?
No, not really. Come to think of it, I actually haven't watched a whole lot of much of anything lately. I've just been too busy. And then if I do watch something, I usually shoot for a shorter video during the day because I'm just having a cigarette.
Right. Yeah, I don't really get to see a lot of the recorded stuff. I just try to make the live so I can talk to everybody.
Yep, same here.
Give it a go, Brandy. Say, I am the big Finn if Willie Nelson.
That's great.
Icon has a farm. Don't you have a farm?
Yeah, I farm.
Bigfoot Anon said
Oh,
Icon
I
needs to.
kind of needs to start fam. I
Oh,
don't know. I'm getting kind of old for that.
how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
43.
Well, I guess it depends on how old the lady is. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a massive stump there too. Oh, okay. What do you farm?
I'm raise hay for one of the local large horse boarders.
Hmm.
And then if there's any like small custom jobs to do in the neighborhood, I tend to that too.
The stump has gotten me. Yeah, them darn stumps. Icon, you need a 32-year-old gal.
Yeah, 22, 32, 42. That wouldn't be too bad.
You might not want the 22-year-old.
Yeah, I don't think they're that much for brains anymore. They're nice to look at. That's about it. It's like a sports car.
I wouldn't say that, but there might be an issue with the maturity level, possibly.
Yeah, yeah, that's for certain. It used to be girls that age had tons of maturity and usually a lot more than a lot of the boys, and that's like completely crashed now. So one is just as immature as the other.
I don't know. When I was 22, I already had a kid, so I was mature.
Yeah, yeah. Hang on 1 second. I gotta finish up this message to chessboard.
Well, I guess that's debatable. Mature when I needed to be. We'll say that. Because I believe I still have the mental state of a child sometimes.
Yeah, I do too from time to time. I
I
believe
think
it's
it's
what,
really important to maintain some level of that,
yeah, I think that's the whole young at heart thing. That's a good thing.
right? 22 for a weekend only.
I saw that. There we go.
How are you? How are you writing in chat and on the stream at the same time? And why can't I do it?
Because I got the stream on my dumb phone,
Oh,
and then the YouTube is also playing on the computer.
yeah, I could do that, but I don't feel like it.
All good, all good.
But yeah, I got the extended storage, and you can get up to, well, mine's an 8 terabyte. I know they have higher, but they're really easy to use. Literally just plug them in and unplug them when you need to. They're really simple. Amazon has some for a good deal.
Now, are they solid state or are they the actual disk drives?
No, they don't take discs. You just plug them in with the USB. Do you
Hmm.
need the ones with the disk drive?
No, I need the ones that don't have the spinny discs in them because they're just something else to go wrong.
Right? No, just a USB cord. You plug it into your computer, your laptop. I have a cord that I can change the port and it plugs right into my phone.
Hmm.
And it's literally just transferring everything.
Oh, you can plug your phone into it too?
Yeah, I have another cord that plugs into the other USB and it changes into a C type. And I plug it right into my phone.
Oh, that's badassery. I didn't know you could do that.
A little adapter.
What hard drive did you get? Do you remember?
Not off the top of my head. I can send it to you in email though.
Yeah, that's totally cool. I'll check that out.
Rufus in the house.
Hey, Hive.
Yo,
Pinkies out.
can you
Chad's
see
butt
that?
hurt. We have to solve this dilemma.
I'm trying to do pinkies out, but it's I can't even show that my pinky is out, but you can't see it. Look, my pinky is out, but you just can't see it.
That's awesome.
Um, very funny. What's going on with Chad? What's up? What are you saying, Brandy? What are you saying? Say again?
Hey, Ruthless, my brother.
Yeah.
I said Chad is butt hurt. We have to remedy the situation. Stat.
Right. Okay.
You're
Okay.
gonna do rub his butt?
Need some Vaseline.
Oh, right. No, that's funny. That's funny. I see. I see. I see. Chad, ask Michael. Michael got you, Chad. Michael got you. I'm on a bus. So you really? Oh, right. The Australian's on a bus. Hey, guess what, everyone? Me and Glenn, aka the Australian, aka Ruthless, are now best buddies. We're now Facebook friends, me and Glenn. I'm even friends with his cat. That's how it all started. He saw his cat on his little iPad befriending his enemies, me, and then he ended up just looking at my my news feed and thinking, actually, I agree with that and I agree with that, and why don't we just be best of buddies? And now we're best friends. So
It was bound to happen sooner
it
or
was
later.
bound to happen. Yeah, exactly. All that tension was just sexual tension. That's all it was. We got chemistry. That's all.
Happy to hear you like his pussy.
Oh my god, I love his pussy. He's got a soft pussy that's very small and furry, but it eats a lot and makes a lot of squeaky noises when it's not happy. But but it's something, and I think the metaphor is starting to get frail at this point. Yes, I'll give up there. I give up.
Chessboard, I got the 8 terabyte because well, I have two separate ones. I have one for my still images and I have one for my videos.
Awesome. And I was going to say, quit
That's why
while
I
you're.
got
Sorry, Brandon. Sorry. How rude of me.
I said so that's why I got the 8 terabyte.
Oh, 8 terabyte. Whoa, that's a lot, man. That's more than I got, man. I only ever, the biggest I've ever got is a 2 terabyte. But yeah, for what I need them for, I'm getting through them like nothing. So,
Mhm.
although I'll be honest with you, I like having duplicates of things. So I never want to exceed hard drive space on one hard drive. So it forces me to have duplicate copies on multiple machines in case one of the machines fails. So that's my thinking on that.
Right.
Right. I have to pretty much keep at least two of everything I do. That's the music production world. So yeah. Any thoughts on that? How you doing, Rufus? What's he saying? Rufus has started to do live streams on his channel. I like it, Rufus. I respect it. I love your little videos where you just play a little bit of nice groovy dance music. Just gets you in a little zone.
Yep.
It's just Rufus walking along a beach saying good eye to the occasional person that looks at him in the right tone of voice. And yeah. It's a good time, man. It's a good time. But Rufus, it's good to see you doing it, man. I'm into it. I'm into it. Would you
Yeah,
make it
videos where he's out wandering around.
Right. Would you make I don't want to hear you talk more while you're out there, honestly, Rivers. That's just me, but I know you're just getting into your groove. But I can you'd presumably do a few cameos over there, right?
I would think so.
Right on. What's he saying? I saw hello to angry faces all the time. I say hello to angry faces all the time. Exactly. Exactly. Um, is anyone wanting to jump on, by the way? Because that was the idea. And what were you guys getting into while I was gone anyway? I'm interested.
Oh, we were just talking dirty. It's all good.
Good. So we were talking about Brandy's neck massager. Neck massager. Yeah, yeah. Why is it so small, Brandy? Is it because you got a tight neck? Brandy. Where's she gone? Is she gone? Is she? I don't think she's there. Oh shit!
Yeah, I
Is her
stepped
mic
away for
muted?
a minute.
Say that again. What did you say?
Yeah, stepped away for a minute.
Oh right. Did you? I bet stepped away. No. Did you hear what I said? You must have a. Anyway, I won't say it again. I won't say it
It's
again.
small because I can take it with me. My neck hurts when I drive, so sometimes I use it while I'm driving.
Is that what you told the police when they searched your bag?
Yes, I can have them
Right.
confiscating the thing.
Well, actually, Ruthless, on that front, mate, I would love to play your video on my thing, but I'd have to download it first because I don't have Chrome, Google Chrome, so I can't screen share with sound and everything. So I would otherwise love to do it, Ruthless, but I'm not there yet, mate, as I keep saying. But oh, he's gone. You know what I think? I think Rufus is setting up a little cheeky live stream in the background because I just inspired him to do it. That's what I think that means. I started to learn Australian. I started to learn
That
the
would
weird
be
ways.
cool.
Say that again.
That would be cool because he's
Is it?
off to
Yeah.
get what was it, Cantonese chicken, something like that. Hang on, where did I see that? Portuguese style chicken. He's gonna do a food review in one of them butt bang videos, whatever the hell it's called.
I run on coffee, yes.
Technically a mukbang, but people call it a mukbang.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Right.
MMVE.
Chessboard, what are you saying, my man? Did Hobbs ever turn up again, or is he's probably crashed out, hasn't he? To be fair, it's a bit late for us UKers. So Hobbs probably in here now. That's okay. Oh right, Brandy has just done the perfect German accent. Did you do a German accent, Brandy?
Yeah.
Saggy Paw was saying. Yeah, go on, let's hear it.
Oh, I don't remember. He told me what to say and I just read it.
Oh, really? Let me see. Thank you. I actually, in my book, ironically, yeah, I see it. In my book, I've written half a book. I look forward to finishing the rest. But basically, one of the characters, Brie, is written in a German accent. So even though I say I can't do a German accent, I can write in a German accent if I have to. But Sagipur says, "Give it a go, Brandy. Say I am the big fan if Willie Nelson." I am the big fan of Willie Nelson. Yeah, very good, Saggy. That's right, mate. That's exactly right. That's all accents are. It's just co-opting your normal vowels to be used in different times in different ways. Exactly. Oh no, what's he saying? He's not doing a live. Okay. No, I mean vid here live. Right, so he is doing a live. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I thought that's what you were saying, mate. I thought that's what you were saying. And knowing Rufus, that's the name of it. No, I mean vid here live, yeah. But anyway, hey Brandy, I think we should give the Lockbeard a bit more praise. I don't know. I think we got into it earlier, but did it make you kind of get shivers when he was getting all like being a good dad figure, just cutting out the shit and putting everyone in their place and saying it how it was and being the man of truth and action and but also being a just guard? I mean, did that not give you little shivers up your spine?
I wasn't even paying attention to that because I was pissed.
Right, well, to be fair, Brandy was in her own little one then. Yeah, but he did what he had to on account of you in many respects, right?
And to be fair, I think I was pretty. I already pre-warned him. I said if he pops up in chat, I'm not gonna be nice, and I don't care.
Right. Oh, I thought that would have done it for you, to be fair. It did it for me. I was getting
I'll probably go
goosebumps.
back and watch it later.
That'll be going in the wank bank, won't it, Brandy? Yeah.
Calm down.
Okay. I'm only playing. I'm only playing. I'm only playing. Moving swiftly on. Moving swiftly on. I sometimes forget that we're saying this in front of lots of people, but there you go.
Not at all.
um, what was I going to say? Anon. Oh no. Right, I'm going to drop the link. What did Iron Dog say? Before nine. Well, I think probably Iron Dog's just chilling then, but that's fine.
I used to play Mike Tyson's Punch Out on Nintendo. Why does this always come back to Nintendo with me?
Oh yeah, because you're a little gamer girl. That's why you're a little gamer dork rock chip groupie girl.
I love Nintendo.
Rock chick. You're a dork groupie. You're a little tomboy dork computer game groupie girl.
My whole family played the games. Even my mom did.
Well, I mean that's just hillbilly pastimes, isn't it? Hillbilly pastimes.
Yep, we ran the TV right out onto the porch.
Yeah, just on your rocking chairs, playing a bit of card and a bit of banjo practice while you're playing Call of Duty.
Super Mario 3.
Say it again.
Super Mario 3. See, back then you couldn't save your game, so you had to play it endlessly until you beat it.
Night saggy paw. Oh right, okay. Well, that's also what was my dad's advice was for masturbation. Play it endlessly until you beat it. That was the line. Saggy paw. I'm off to sleep. Night B. I can't brandy. Oh, nice to see you, Saggy paw. And at least I know that. Night Saggy. At least I know it wasn't you. So active shooter's epic. Well, okay. Active shooter's trying to out epic you, Saggy. That's not on. No, I'm only playing. I look forward to your next musical drop, Saggy. Anyway, I do look forward to that for sure. Yeah. Oh, right. Well, you know what we had, Brandy? We had Alex the Kid. My first game, a Sega. Was that Sega Master System or not? I got that wrong. Maybe it was. I'm pretty sure it was a Sega Master System, and it was the one where you put a little game in a slot, and we had Alex the Kid. And me, my dad, when we first got that, me, my dad, and my brothers, and man, it's hard to do that game, man, because once you're dead, you're dead. It's not one of those, you know what I mean? You're hard pushed to get past the 7th level or some shit in it, man. You had to play paper, scissors, rock with like little characters, and I don't know, man. I love that game. I absolutely loved it. You ever play that?
I think I've ever heard of it, and we called it Sega Genesis.
Right. Well, Sega Master System. Right. Okay. I suppose. Okay, that was before the market fully opened up.
Or there was Sega Saturn.
Well, we had. Right. Okay. Well, Alex the Kid is a cult classic. Like, if you don't know about Alex the Kid, there's a whole meta universe that you're missing out on. You got to know about Alex the Kid. But there was a little piece of music he did every time he was in a little. It was either when he was underwater or when he was in a bonus level. But I seem to think it was underwater. But anyway, he used to go. Bum 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 that was the happiest computer game music ever. Look that up, Alex the Kid, underwater music or whatever I've just did, and mate, you can't get a better time than that.
I find it hilarious you still know the music.
Well, isn't that like, well, yeah, for Dory, that's good going, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
I know.
I still remember cheat codes and shit.
You still remember key codes and shit? Oh, right. Well, that's next level, Brand. I mean, what are you even on about? I'm go I'm gonna assume Ruthless has called his video "Coming Up on Destination" because I'm starting to learn Ruthless's weird ways. But I don't really know if that's true, but I am in the background just gonna sort of put my theory to the test. Icon, any thoughts on that? I don't know.
I'm sorry, I was typing to chessboard. What's up?
No, you good, mate? No, I'm just trying out the theory that has anyone seen that Ruthless has got a video dropping or not? Because I'm just kind of curious to see
I
I
haven't
think he
seen
said
if he's
no.
oh, he said no. Well, yeah, but I don't believe him. When he says no, I seem to think it means yes.
You're overthinking the Aussies.
Yeah, no, I know. See, you've confused me. You've profoundly confused me now. It's not working. Although I have just looked up Coming Up on Destination. Actually, what came up was a sexy looking video by Alex Gordino featuring Crystal Waters, Destination Calabria, explicit version. Oh my God. It's a load of trumpet girls with very short skirts. And I'm going to definitely have to watch that later. Who knew? Well, anyway, there you go. All right then, Ruthless. Fine. Anyway, so does anyone want up or what? What are we saying? Anyone who has a channel, please post it. Um, Connor encouraging the cross pollination. Oh, Hobbs has actually turned up. That's amazing. Hiveless B. Yes, Alex the Kid was built into Sega Master System 2. Was so frustrating because once your lives ran out, you had to start again. That is true. It was brutal. It was brutal. Have you guys ever seen a computer game where there's like a little guy, and it's like this is more of a modern game, but it's a hock back to that bygone era. And actually, Hobbs, I'm going to give you the opportunity to jump on in a second if you want. And actually, Hobbs, if you want to scroll back up and you can find the link, do it. But otherwise, I'll send you the link again. But basically, if what was I going to say? Oh, by the way, I might just say, yeah, if you go ahead and post your channels, people. But but what you have to do sometimes is right click on the link and open it in a new tab. And I know that sounds like to some people that would be obvious, but that wasn't obvious to me until Joshua Lindsay told me about that the other day. So there you go. It stops you from being kicked out into another channel from this stream. So some links don't do it and some links do, but there you go. So what was this? What? Oh shit, Brandy, I've totally lost my thread. What was it just going on about?
Why is it called Sega Master Systems? Is that something different? I gotta
Well,
look up
that
this
I
shit.
don't think that was what I was talking about, but yeah, okay.
Well, that's what I last heard.
Well, fair enough, honey. Well, you know what? I've just totally lost my damn thread now. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Yes, you're right. It was actually linked to that, Brandy. So there's a modern game, um, much like as much created in the style of that sort of once you're dead sort of thing. Have you seen anyone seen it where you try and climb up the whole game is trying to climb up and up and up and up and up and up and up over like this mountain and all these obstacles, but it's a guy stuck in a little tub. It's a naked torso guy, I think, stuck in a tub. He's got like very small legs at best, but he's stuck in like a little vat or a tub thingy, and he's got a stick or something. And he's just trying to climb up all this stuff with a stick. It's very awkward. I think it's very awkward physics, computer game physics. But you try and sort of heave yourself over these objects with this stick thing, and if you fall down a mountain, you have to start all the way down from where you've fallen down to. That's the whole game. Has anyone seen that?
No.
It doesn't ring a bell, but my gaming era is like a little earlier than yours.
Right. Well, yes. No. Sure. Well, to be fair, I mean, I've been out of it for a long time. Oh, Wagon's Breakfast has just turned up. No way. Cool. Well, Wagon Breath will probably jump up, won't she? And actually, let me do this then. Let me post you the link, people, and I'll see if Wagon Breath wants up, and see if Hobbs wants up. And Hobbs, it would be his debut if he's got his gear and he's brave enough to do it. So we'll see what happens. There you go, Wagon or Hobbs. What was I going to say? Or Connor as well, or Dogger. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Brandy. Brandy or Icon. Is there anything you guys want to get into? Because I want you to have your opportunity to steer it. If you've got something in particular you'd want to, I want Brandy to go on a rant always. So if Brandy, is there anything to do with any of that shit you want to kind of rant about? Anything at all?
No, I'm not mad anymore.
Well, can we make you mad? Should I make you mad? Say something that I shouldn't say? Get you
No,
going a bit?
probably not,
Okay.
because I know not to take you seriously now.
Right. I've been fully vetted, and yes, that does mean she shoved her hand up my ass,
Oh, I know.
and it felt good. I'm only joking, of course, because that's just the sort of stupid shit we say over here in the B channel, on the blue channel. um, well, I just love it when Brandy, is there anything else actually, Brandy, let me ask you this, man. What's the whole thing with, because to an onlooker, some of your videos you drop about looking for little people in trees, like little tiny mystical. You asked me about it earlier, like about mystical. How did you what
Elementals.
elementals? She said, "Do you believe in elementals?" And I said, "Yes," a straight yes. And by that, what I meant was, and it could be misconstrued by many people, me saying that, but what mean by that is, I don't I don't believe that that consciousness necessarily requires a physical body for it to, sort of. I think there are subtle bodies. I mean, even in Buddhist cosmology, loosely speaking, there's hints about subtle bodies and things like that. And it's only theory for me. I just believe that it's possible for there to be a level of consciousness or beingness without a body. Or the only problem is with that, Brandy, is that I believe that they'd exist in other dimensions. There is talk of like some crossover, and I don't know how that works. So beyond that, I'm not all about it. I don't look for them. I'm not compelled to care to look for them at all. If they appear in dreams, if they appear in my bedroom, that's fine too. But for me, and I'll just state this clearly, for me, the haunted psyche, our psyche is haunted. So until you get to the bottom of the mystery that is your own haunted psyche, I don't know why people are all so busy looking outside of themselves. And I'm not fucking around with that. I'll just fucking say that to you like that. People are all about, don't forget, it's all about distractions, anything that'll take you out into the world away from having to study the mystery that is you. If you're all about things outside, then it might be that some people are using that sort of stuff. They say they're truthers, but it's all escapism. So that's what separates me from that whole sort of crew, inclination. I'm about the truth. I want to get to the bottom through refutation, applying the scientific method to the self, Advaita Vedantaism. We are haunted. We are the ghost in the machine is our ego, and all the different disparate bits of us that are not yet brought back into the fold proper. So like I said, yes, there are elemental beings, no doubt about it, and there are levels of reality that are unknown to us in this particular sort of spectrum or frequency range. But yeah, I'm not all about it, and I don't think doesn't seem to be a sufficient crossover, since there's so little compelling evidence, in a sense, right? Doesn't mean I don't believe it, but there's so little compelling evidence that's solid that it's worthwhile our full attention. I think there's far better things we could be applying our our truth inclined mind to. Brandy, that's where I'm at with that. Any responses?
Do you have hobbies that help you de-stress, such as playing your music, taking
Yeah,
a walk?
absolutely.
Okay, so me and the woods and what I do is that for me.
Well, I really respect the full disclosure or the full self-reflection and honesty about that, because some people wouldn't want to admit to themselves that it's an escape thing. But exactly, as long as you know that's what it is and you know how much of it is that. And I'm not the judge. I don't get to be the arbiter of, oh, that's okay then. I'm not really saying that, am I?
We can also make that point too. You're not out there looking or seeing, so evidence to you doesn't exist technically.
No, but I also know something that's a bit slippery and tricky to do with the mind is that the mind will be able to see objects where there are none. The mind is very clever at seeing things that are not there, because it's focused on blanking out everything that's not what you're looking for and finding things that you're looking for. So because I know that about the nature of hang on, Bradley, I know, because I know that about the nature of the mind in its limited capacity, the human gross mind in its limited capacity, um you could endlessly enter into your imagination like a fractal if you become all about that. The truth will not be found outside of yourself, and I'll tell you this as well, the truth will not be the truth of you, the riddle that is you. The answers there will not exist in elemental beings, but if you want to go and If you get off on sort of looking for that stuff and going down that rabbit hole, fine. I'm not judging anyway. But that's what I'd say on it, Brandy. That's where I'm at, honestly.
Cool.
No, I want to hear more from you. I deliberately said that, which is quite a polarizing position, Brandy, so that you'd actually talk. So don't let me be laying that shit out without you coming back at me, because I'm actually saying it so that you can.
Why is it so important for someone to get lost inside themselves?
Why is it important if they do? Because the whole it's
Well,
it's
I've been there. I've done that. I know myself very well.
right.
I don't have that mind that plays tricks on me. We've had this conversation before. I have a very logical mind, but I'm able to put that aside
Right. Right, that's
and
the answer. That's
talk
right.
myself through all of that. I can
Yes.
derail that thought process, come back to reality, and tear apart everything that I'm seeing and process it properly. There's a difference.
Yeah. Right on. Exactly. Well, it was that sort of designation, that distinction that I was looking for you to sort of make. Exactly. So, because Brandy does come across to me as incredibly logical, incredibly grounded, and yet it's weird that most people don't know the logical, very grounded, very matter of fact, very intuitive Brandy that I know when they're only getting to see the little videos, Brandy, that you do looking for elemental beings in trees and stuff. So for me, they look so different. They look like such two different, distinct Brandies that I would. That's what I was asking you about. Actually never asked Brandy about this before, but yeah, I was curious about how you pass those two things and how can they be, yeah, and like you say, you admit that that for you is your interest, your hobby, your sort of intrigue, your fascination, wondering about the potentials, and I respect that, and that's cool, man. That's but like I say, I think the same instinct in the mind is really good to shine a light on the nature of self, what it's really about. I think the real mysteries are aiming it that way, aiming the camera back this way, aiming the inquiry this way, because there's so much about yourself you don't know. Everyone, you like to assume that you are already a known capacity, a known thing. You are not known. You are a deep mystery at the end of the day, and you'll do anything. Your ego will do anything to escape your study because uh, it wants to survive. It will fucking convince you of fucking doing literally anything but looking at the nature of the ego, this the false complex, false self that you're grasping on at. So go on, I should bring. Well, let's hear Brandy again if she's got anything to say on that, and then let's hear Icon's thoughts. Although knowing Icon, he may or may not have anything to say about that.
I'm still kind of talking to chessboard. Sorry.
That's all right, man. Brandy, what you say?
I disagree with that. I'm incredibly critical of myself and I'm constantly looking at myself and analyzing myself. I'm very hyper aware of every and anything I do. So
Yeah.
I don't agree with that entirely.
Well,
I'm more
no,
of the
hang on. Well, I didn't.
whatever is positive in life and isn't gonna put me in a negative headspace.
Mhm.
I'm all for.
Nice.
If
Well,
something becomes complicated, if something becomes annoying, if something becomes tricky, I remove it
mhm.
and I tra la fucking la through the woods and be happy. And it's not a
Right.
hobby. It's feeling at home.
Well, you called it a hobby. I was only using your language, so that's fine. If you want to change that to something else, that's fine.
Well, considering I can't pack up and go live there, it has to remain a hobby technically, but I just feel at home when I'm out in the woods.
Right. Well, this is what I mean. It's like, well, if I had a dream about some woods, well, first of all, I'll say that the implication wasn't that I wasn't overtly implying that you don't take an interest in the nature itself or whatnot. Um, so I wasn't implying that, but that's fine too, and you can definitely push back and disagree on that. I was just going to say, what I find very interesting is that's interesting to me. See the way you're saying you want to go and live in the woods. It's like whatever that means to you is that fantasy otherworld, like a because in don't forget, Brandy, in
Yeah, a world where rude people don't exist and I can be by myself.
right, but that's literally a fantasy creation of like a pure.
Why?
Well, because it currently isn't a place you can abide in, but that you seek to. And if I might just add before you come in, don't forget what I'm laying out a lot of the time is that once you have certain realizations about the nature of self and your true cosmology and that which you really are, as opposed to the ego complex, as soon as you let that go, your very nature becomes tranquil, as if you're always abiding in the forest. So the forest is not out there. The forest, what people are projecting and pretending is out there, or is nature, or is another dimension. It is another dimension. It's the primary dimension. It is what you really are. Before the fracture of the mind, and the fracture of the mind is the in creation of the ego complex and the dual lost in the imagination. So to get lost further lost in the imagination, you're right. Like I get it. Like when you're lost in the imagination, you don't know you are, but you are. You're fractured. It's like you want back home. Well, home is coming back to terms with what you really are. It's that tranquility itself, the true nature of sentience, root mind, that which was before God, nature, heaven itself. Everything else is like a moving picture on the murals, like
So
a
are you telling
mural.
me I should sit at home and meditate and visualize it all instead of actually physically going out and
I,
experiencing it
so in a way, I'd sort of I'd push
all?
back on the phrasing of that question, but in a nutshell, yes. Like I'm not saying stay in, but I am saying that the answers aren't really in any physical analog place. In fact, if the answers were in an actual physical analog place, and it's not to say that you do get, like, I think negative ions in forests and open spaces. I think it is better for you. I think we do come into a resonance. I think it is helpful for general health and mental well-being. But beyond that, it's not to say that if you were in a prison cell not able to enjoy the forest, that you couldn't be a tranquil fucking sage or a monk. You see what I mean? That you couldn't experience that. So as long as you start to come to terms with the mind, it really is mind over matter. It's not about the forest. In fact, there is no forest. If you actually get into the nature of what the self is and how the mind works, there is actually no forest. There's only mind and its contents, but you are primary to that, right? To the forest or that which you're looking for. It's not, we all project outwardly on a lover, on a forest, on a car, on a house, all of those feelings of feeling what would make us feel complete. It's not out there. If you want to be a truther, this is why I find there's a lot of LARPing going on in the Bigfoot community. No offense, people. I know that's going to be a bit contentious. First time I've ever said it, but I'll just be honest with you. It a lot of the Bigfoot stuff is a LARP fest from an outlooker, from an outsider.
Yeah,
Because I am,
can't I consider to be my truth just be acceptable to me and I'm happy that way.
yeah. Well, like I said, who am I to come in and say stop LARPing? Well, I'm only coming in and saying, just so you know, it's not a truth. It's not part of the truth mindset. You're not actually got truth as your guide. You got escapism as your god. You want escape. You want fantasy. Some people, and actually you get that in any sort of loosely speaking truth movement. That's where there's a lot of crossover and confusion for me. Is I am about trying to refute what is so, what am I really, what's going on, what universe am I in, where do I find myself, what is my true nature. They're the real questions a truther asks. They don't assume there's such a things necessarily as elemental beings and get escape into. I've needed to learn all about that before getting to the down to the bottom of the mystery that is them. And I'm not, and I know there seems to be an inherent criticism of Brandy there. That's not how I meant it, but I'll let her respond. But that's just me holding down the truth, because that is just the fucking truth.
Well, yeah, you're making it sound like, oh, Brandy saw an elemental being and now that's her obsession.
Well, no. To be fair, but in your case, actually, Brandy, you've said it like full disclosure. You admit that it is somewhat of a want to come back to something in yourself. I was just merely telling you that I think it's a lot closer to home. Like that which you seek is what you already are. It's not in the fucking
It's
forest.
like a metaphor. Did you not feel like safe at home and warm?
Yeah, yeah. I know how you mean it metaphorically. Yeah, I respect that. But like I say, it's not really in the forest. But I'm not saying that vibrationally it isn't beneficial to come close. Maybe you could get closer to silence in the forest, closer to that which you truly are. But the forest is only a reflection of your true being. That's what I'm trying to say. The reason you feel comfortable in the forest is because it's reflecting back to you your own beauty. But it's not the forest, it's you. Do you understand?
Awesome.
Thank you. It's so deep, but that's the truth. That is the truth. You are the magic being. You are the sentient one. You are God in a sense. You are the same nature, one with God. You are that which is magic. You are the fucking prize. You are the philosopher's stone. Um, I'm telling you, man. As if you want to actually, and I see that there's not that instinct developed in the sort of in these neck of the woods. But there you go. I'll hold that shit down. It's all good. This is why discussion's so fucking cool, isn't it? Because you cross pollinate and you start to sort of smooth each other out and learn some things, which is really interesting. I might bring Icon back in there. Icon, you got any thoughts on anything there, brother?
Huh? I'm sorry. I was in the chat.
No worries, mate. That's all good. Well, what do you want to get into, Icon? Do you want, does Brandy want to respond back to that then, or what are you saying, Brandy?
I agree with Iron Dogger. Seeking truth is a personal journey. 100%.
Oh, I can agree with that too.
Well, yeah,
See,
we're all.
there, I chipped in. Ah.
I mean, I missed that, Icon. I didn't actually catch what you said there. It cut out for me. I'm sorry.
I said, so there, I chipped in. Ha.
Oh my God, is that all you're gonna do? Come on, mate, you can do better than that. More. Well, actually, let me.
I completely understand that I could very well stay in the house and accomplish the same thing, but it's not the same as going out at all. It's not. Not to me.
Well, I laid it out to you, Brandy, that I'm not saying there's not a benefit to be gotten by that, but ultimately, isn't it more awesome to realize that you are the forest, though? You know what I mean? Or I should say, rather, you are what you find beautiful about the forest. Because someone else could have had a trauma in a forest and they hate it, and it's a haunted place for them. And I'm not joking about that. There's a lot more that we flavor reality. We flavor reality. That is the Eastern instinct, the Eastern cosmology. We understand. They understand, I should say. We bring a lot to how we perceive. We flavor it. We are, so that's what I'm saying. If you don't solve the mystery, if you don't solve your own biases, and I'm not saying I'm without biases, but I'm deeply interested in what they are, then you'll constantly be flavoring reality without knowing you're doing it. So all I'm saying is that's fine, Brandy. That's totally cool. You know what I mean? But I think you're either compelled to sort of prime. What would you say? Oh, let me ask you this, actually, Brandy. I don't know. I'll tell you straight out of the gate. I am driven primarily. I've made it my interest to be driven to know truth. So, like, I've made truth my highest aim. Truth is my guide. Like that which is true. That's what I'm more interested in, because I realize that in relation to whatever I find out about what is true about this so-called person or being or whatever the fuck you want to call it, or reality, that's a mirror, man, and I'll it might improve me to sort of come to know the truths of that are worthwhile knowing about. So truth is my highest thing. Some people's thing isn't truth, though. To some people it's magic. They'll put magic as the highest thing. They actually want imagination, and they're quite happy to be lost in the fractal of the imagination. And a lot of creatives are like that. I used to be all about that too. Like, well, in music I used to really get off on like being trippy and psychedelic, and I wanted to just disappear into the imagination. But to me, the imagination is definitely secondary to that which is imagination. In large part is a big part of the problem in a way. But hey, that's just me. What's your driving motivation, Brandy, is what I'm asking.
I just want to be peaceful and happy.
Right. Well, what if I said to you, well, isn't it? Well, actually, I think that's honest. But what if I said to you, the only way to be peaceful and happy is to have truth as your guide? Because
That's
if you
your
make,
personal opinion.
well, it is currently, it seems to be tried and tested true, though, because, well, let me allow my logic, because there's a logical way I find myself there. But you are right. It's kind of my opinion. For instance, if you make peace your guide, then you might always avoid situations that seem stressful. But what if the truth of what will really unlock your inner peace was to be found in confronting those situations in a different way? So if you make truth your guide, then you will end up peaceful. If you make peace your guide, you will end up miserable. And I really mean that.
To be under the impression that I haven't already unlocked my inner peace.
Well, I'm not being specific to you when I say that. I'm just laying it out as a rule. But yeah, do you have an unlock? I mean, I think in large part you probably have, Brandy. I mean, I get a good vibe from you. I get an awesome vibe from you. Yeah, sure. But
I just don't. I just think what your truth is and what you want are not in line with mine.
well, I want peace, but not as
I
much as.
totally avoid stressful situations. Why would I purposely put myself through a stressful situation if I can avoid it? That's just stupid.
Well, let's put it this way. In so much, look, there's some certain universal truths or universal desires, as far as I'm concerned. Your want of peace and my want of truth are one and the same. Let me lay that out for you. Like there's something generic there. There's something that we both know intrinsically. We're both looking for the same thing. I'll just tell you, and you can tell me that's my opinion. That's fine. But I'll just say that that our truth is tranquility itself. Profoundly, our truth is home. Our truth is what would announce itself as the most profound, intimate experience of the forest, and for you, perhaps, Brandy. But our truth is tranquility itself. It is enlightenment. It is heaven. You know. So your want for peace and my want for truth are one and the same thing because the truth is peace. So that's what I'm saying. What drives us deep down for happy in terms of us looking for happiness or whatever. That's what I'm saying. And look, at the end of the day, people get lost in the imagination partly because the imagination advertises itself as the answer. Like the ego, in combination with the imagination, will have you forever jumping down loads of rabbit holes, getting more and more, going deep down, like Alice in Wonderland. Essentially, the imagination is like the Cheshire Cat and Alice in Wonderland and the whole universe. You'll forever go down those rabbit holes. Whereas the truth is already here and at home, and it's plain and simple and simplex, and it's beautiful, and it's already the current moment. The truth is the moment itself, is that you are one with the moment itself, and that everything else is just the contents. You're not anything to do with the contents. We all like escapism because we get bored. The reason we're all vice laden is because we haven't yet just sat with the truth that is beautiful, that is ourselves. And at the end of the day, people seem to instinctively think, well, that's boring in a way. And yeah, it's boring until you're sort of ready to come home. Because until you realize that you only get up to dastardly bullshit and you just keep creating future causes for your own future suffering, constantly going off with the imagination, until you realize that you're just creating more pain for everyone around you and yourself, and all future beings at that, until you get out that pickle and you start to be able to fucking say it how it is and point back to what the truth, which is what I'm trying to do, obviously. Then yeah, you're already there. So that's my thing, Brandy. I'm talking in universal terms. It's not mere opinion when I'm laying this shit out. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay. We doesn't want it. Oh, let me do this because sorry, I totally didn't mean to get carried away then. Well, I won't go on for ages longer, but let me at least give Hobbs the fucking opportunity to jump on because I don't even know if Hobbs wants on. Hobbs, are you still there? Do you want on, mate? That's what I wanted to say. But I won't go on for much longer. How are you feeling? So obviously, Icon's not feeling it that much today, are you, Icon?
Yeah, no, I'm busy bantering back and forth with the stream. Chessboard has helped me figure out what I need for computer storage, and I forgot Mr. Hugh was from Ireland, and he said he's in the northern part of Ireland, so I was asking him if he had ever heard of a town and if he was close to it, because I occasionally chat with the guy there who works at a farm equipment dealership where I bought some parts and boiler suits from.
What color boiler suits?
Red with a little bit of green. They're for my favorite plow manufacturing company, Cavernaland.
Nice. I thought you were going to say orange.
Nope, nope.
Right. I thought he was getting into a little bit of a Guantanamo Bay LARP with his commune, with his harem.
Mhm.
I don't know
No,
why
go on.
they call them boiler suits. I put one on, I look like a pot-bellied stove.
Iron
Very
brought up
funny.
this point.
Yeah.
So did I.
Well, hang on. Which one? This point?
Mm-hmm.
How many people have beliefs built upon other people's beliefs and on and on? Well, absolutely, and that's why if you're compelled to get to the bottom of of what's true per se, and not just be a full of interesting opinions, then you'll be speaking from first hand witness bearing. You'll be speaking from first hand knowledge, and people can tell when you're speaking from a place of understanding, you're not just regurgitating shit. So yeah, but does one interest themselves to want to know how many of their how much of their opinion structure is from first hand knowledge and how much of it is just fluff to try and entrap more people in their own imaginations so you can get a bit more fucking engagement or something for whatever reason. So there you go. That's my fucking answer on that. And it's true. And what's Bigfoot saying this one or what? Brandy, what you saying? Brandy?
You keep saying this imagination word, and that's kind of getting me caught up a bit.
Yeah, because the way I'm using it's probably in a different way to most people. Most people don't know they're lost in their imagination. That's what I'm saying. So most people don't know they're completely lost in their imagination. And by that, what I mean is the imagination has flavored so much of giving them has flavored so much of their reality and given them and they've got a sense of conviction in what they think they are in the world they think they're experiencing, and that they're already assuming a shit ton of stuff as that as the foundation, but the whole foundation is a fucking lie. Their imagination has populated their universe with actual thinking, willful human beings, and then they're judging each other for it, and they think they're in a real world and that they think everything is actual and real. They don't realize how intangible it all is. Really, it's a lot more dreamlike than they realize. They don't see how much work their own imagination is doing to keep it all seamless and seeming like it's actual. And that's what I mean. So they haven't yet been able to admit to themselves that that's what's happening. They don't realize that they are part to blame for the bullshit in the world. Let's just be honest about it. Okay? So that's what I mean by imagination, honey. You know? Right. It's just most people have never meditated on it. Most people have never held the mirror back at themselves. If no truther has got some way down into the mystery of themselves or taken an interest in that, then you know it isn't truth that compels them. It's a LARP that compels them. And I just that's it. And by the way, I might just add, if you're not all about the truth, then what are you all about? Maybe you're all about something that's just going to lead to harm, lead to more bullshit. You're just another faker putting out
You can't
shit.
handle the truth.
You can't handle exactly. Most people can't handle holding the mirror up to themselves and getting to the bottom of the mystery that is them. I'm telling you, the real haunted shit. It's if you're looking for ghosts out there in the real world, you've missed it. You're the one that's haunted. You are haunted. You are possessed by imaginary thought forms, and you ain't got nowhere close to knowing what you're about, and yet you still insist on judging everyone else around you. Yes, I'm telling you, if people don't start to hold the mirror up to themselves, it's insane to me. Bigfoot. Well, Brandy, what I was saying is, you said Bigfoot, and Non made a good comment, and I'm asking you, is this the comment you were talking about or not?
Yeah.
Right, Iron. Our senses tell us one thing. The establishment has told us we are flying through the vacuum. Well, that's somewhat close to what I'm kind of saying, isn't it? Yeah. Your senses and in conjunction with your imagination can convince you that you're in an actual, real analog universe. It's amazing, but it's are you an asset for the truth? Are you helping people get closer to the truth and get to solve the mystery that is them, or not? Or are you helping them get lost further in their own imagination? I will say, at least though, I'm being a bit mean spirited because I'm sort of playing and I'm just holding up the mirror for everyone watching just for fun. But I also understand that, look, that there are gradients of positivity. So I'm not saying it's not an improvement. I understand there's an aspect to this channel that is inevitably passive entertainment anyway. So and I'm still got vices, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not solved the problem entirely by a long shot. The only thing that gives me solace, though, is that I am, as much as possible, trying to solve the mysteries that are me. But yeah, I understand that to ease someone's suffering, like my dad on his deathbed. Yeah, it wasn't time to get the guy enlightened and start thinking differently, was it? No, it was to alleviate pain and suffering. So in so much as we're all doing that much and offering some entertainment for people as well, then fine, and we're all doing a good work in that regard. So forgive me, people, but I'm just saying that it would be nice if it was also interlaced with a lot of heavy doses of truth, though, all the way, and hopefully we're always checking ourselves that we're not misleading fellow brothers and sisters and truthers and footers and all that. You see what I'm saying, Brandy? Kinda
Mm.
got right. We could come back at me, Brandy. I was only started laying that out because I wanted
No,
to sort of
I
get
agree
in.
with you that much. And
Okay.
to be fair, having a channel helps weed out the specific audience you want.
Yes. Well, that's true, but I also appreciate there's a lot of cross pollination, which is nice. And at the end of the day, that's what keeps having something semi-permeable where you sort of allow some different opinions. To be fair, if I hadn't allowed some sort of weird crossover with the sort of Bigfoot, I say allowed, like I was actually very grateful to have had anything in common with a whole new ecosystem I didn't even know about, a whole new worldview that I didn't know about. But what I mean is, if I didn't allow that partition to be somewhat permeable, then I wouldn't be getting to not only meet all these great people, hello, great people, but also we wouldn't even be having this debate or this discussion, which is actually possibly useful for all people concerned. So that is a positive at the end of the day, isn't it? I think.
Of course.
Right. I wonder if Icon's got got something that he wants to get. You got anything in the chat standing out? Oh, night, Mr. Hugh, by the way. Night, dude. And by the way, did maybe oh go on, Icon, what you saying, bruv? Where you at? Where you at?
I was going to say a chessboard has certainly been a great help trying to figure out all this uh, external drive stuff, and I couldn't be more grateful because I can actually get somewhere now again with making videos for my existing channel and then have enough room for the new one if I need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, you know what? That might even help me, to be fair, chessboard. So I might have to look back at what you've been saying to Icon. Thank you. Right after this stream, so to everyone who didn't know, right after this stream, I'm going to buy 3 grand's worth of iMac computers so that I can actually run the webcam. That is an incredibly nice bit of kit, but it requires a certain core um, processor size that only the iMac provides. So it's all also I can sort of bump up the production value. And here you go. Let's see what Dog is saying. In fact, what did she say here? The Enlightenment metaphysics is a field one can even have a degree in. I didn't actually know that. That's interesting. Iron Dugger, we cannot pick and choose science to believe in without acknowledging the whole of it being a domino effect that picking and choosing creates chaos. Brandy, help me unpick this. We cannot pick and choose science to believe in. Or Icon. Icon, can you help me? Can you actually get this and help me out with this, brother? Let me understand this.
Let's see. It says we cannot pick and choose science to believe in without acknowledging the whole of it being a domino effect that picking and choosing creates chaos. Yeah, that's usually how it works. One side gets polarized, the other side gets polarized, and shit flinging ensues. As far as what I can make from that comment.
What was it you said to Lockbeard the other day, Hyla?
What thing? Which one? Which thing?
You said science isn't.
I don't know. Go on, Brandy. I mean, help me out. What you say?
I can't remember what you said. You told Lockbeard science is always changing. Science isn't something you said to him.
Well, it's that science is necessarily fluid or something like that. No, I don't know. I don't know if I said that. Well, science is a methodology primarily, really. I mean, science is a tool. Science is just a method for being able to check your presumption. You know, inevitably something about your presumption will be wrong. And if you want to actually be in a spirit of seeking truth, like I was saying, and get to the bottom of what's correct about your theory, then you have to necessarily generate a null hypothesis, which is to, switch up the presumption and say that the thing is not that. If you're trying to find out whether or not your car is red, what you say is my car is not red, and then you try and disprove that fact, and that's the scientific method. So you can't go much wrong with science. It's just most people tout that what they're saying is scientific, just as kudos, that sort of patting themselves on the back, or trying to sort of convince people a bit more that believe the science that belongs in a museum, But really, it's have you really checked your presumption in the spirit to try and pick holes in your own assumption, your own theory? So when Iron Dog says we cannot choose, well, inevitably humans will pick and choose bits of different things to believe. I mean, that's inevitable. So I don't know what you mean by we cannot. I mean, people do it, don't they? Maybe we ought not, you could say, believe in ought not to pick and choose science to believe in without acknowledging the whole of it being a domino. In other words, she's saying that it's the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. um Look, the truth is the truth, Iron Dogger, and there's nothing we can do about it. The question is how are we in true resonance with what the actual truth is? Like, if for instance you're assuming you live on a spinny ball and you presume to know that, are you willing to go are you willing to put it to the test and actually apply the scientific method to that? Because some of us have done that. Me and Bigfoot and None have done that, and we've realized it is not that. And it's like, are you willing to do that with the nature, with the self? And that's actually called, just for so Iron Dog, it's really interesting, advaita vedanta. Advaita Vedanta. Check that out, man. It's self-inquiry. Look that term up, self-inquiry. It's an Eastern approach to getting to the bottom of what you really are. The I that you presume you are, you can get to the bottom of. And you know what? It's not that you disappear into a nihilist, hippie, fucking far out thing. It's not that. It's that you start to shoot the fish, the fake presumptions. You start to clear the fucking cobwebs out of the way. So you're not assuming a load of crap. So you're not projecting a load of crap onto other people. All the presumptions you assume to be the case with yourself. And so that's what I mean. Yeah, so if you
And
actually want to get to the bottom of reality, Iron Dogger, you got to be a scientist, or at least rather apply the scientific method to the self. Because if you don't know what the self is, then you shouldn't presume to know anything about anything outside of yourself, since the common denominator, the lowest common denominator, is you, the observer. So if you don't know what the observer is, you don't know anything about anything. But the rest is just LARPing and fantasy and escapism. The only thing to do here is either be a fucking LARP, have a LARP and a bit of fun and a laugh, and that's fine, or get to the bottom of what you are. And I might say that if you don't get to the bottom of what you are, I know this is a rant, but I'll just lay it out because I'm fucking nearly finished. If you don't actually get to the bottom of what you are, you'll never be tranquil enough to consistently be funny and hilarious and brilliant anyway, because you always got that fractured fucking mess in your belly you could just never quite get over, so you're always a mess. So you might want to laugh and you might convince yourself that you can have a laugh, but actually, until you fucking in truth, you're not that fun to be around with, and it. You're not that fucking great yet, because you ain't done it yet. So there you go. There's no escaping it. You better fucking get fucking solve the riddle that is you, or you ain't even fun to be around with anyway while you're trying to get fucking stoned with. That's so true, though. It is fucking true. Um, um,
Well,
so
you went above and beyond with that.
yeah, well, yeah, well, it's true. Yeah, sure, it's true though. Oh, here you go. This is so funny that Iron Dogger said this. Well, Icon can refute this, and I better, but Icon, you better come and jump in on something, mate, because and I know this should be something you could probably get into. Iron Dogger, the science that brought us quantum computing is solid science, she says, with a faithful conviction, with nothing to back that up except just a conviction. Well, Iron Dogger, guess what? It isn't actually at all. And I think Connor could back me up on that. I think Icon could back me up on that. I think Ruthless could back me up on that. I think Ken Wheeler
yep.
could back me up on that. It's just a nonsense. The quantum world is an Einsteinian nonsense, produced by his stupid equation that isn't even true. I could tell you. I mean, there's a whole thing I could get into with that I won't. But in terms of what me and Icon are going to agree on to do with that, Icon thoughts, bruh.
I would, before thinking any further, I would ask for Iron Dogger's definition of quantum computing in this instance.
Ah, that's a good point because yes, it's a misnomer. What they call quantum computing is not quantum. That's right. It's not
Right.
at all quantum. Yeah, it's just a stupid misreappropriation of the term because it's a cool name,
It's
basically.
a sales pitch type deal.
It's a total sales pitch type deal. Yeah, all it is very impressive transistor infrastructure. That's and logic gate infrastructure. That's and yeah, that's all that's going on there. It's nothing particularly impressive. Well, it is impressive, sorry, I should say, but it's not quantum. The science
Right.
that brought us quantum computing is solid science. Well, that's like saying, Iron Dogger, if a stopped clock is right twice a day, then it might be right 3 times a day. I mean, that doesn't figure, does it? Just because the scientific world produced an iPhone doesn't mean it's not trying to doesn't mean the new injection they've just put out is good for you as well, because the same science that created quantum computing and all that it also has given you the new state injectable Iron Dogger. So it's not it doesn't follow that. There's no logic there. It's that's smoke and mirrors. That is Iron Dogger. That does not follow. Um, so there you go. What's the Manx saying? I'm sort of losing. Well, at least get the Manx response to that. There is real science and fake science. The fake science is used as a Ovid religion to deceive the people, and Ovid is Greek for sheep. Well, sure, totally. Brandy or Icon? I'm just checking that you haven't got something to say there.
Let's see.
Nope, I'm not touching this one.
Okay, Iron Dog, are people who are not employed in a science-based field continually bark about methods they don't practice and get paid to show results. What does that mean? Not employed in a science-based field, continually bark about methods they don't practice and get paid. Well, I don't know what the get paid to show results is. What does that mean, Icon? She's losing me there at the end, but I can follow the first bit.
Because we don't have a job in the quantum field, our responses are presumably disqualified.
Right. So Iron Dogger only believes the experts. We'll
No,
go and look at.
It's you specifically. I think she means people like, does Ken Wheeler have any actual scientific degree to be able to make the claims he does?
Well, no, he doesn't. But nonetheless, Iron Dogger, that's a sort of unreasonable faith in the experts. I mean, just because someone has a degree in something doesn't mean they're telling you the truth about that thing, or that it doesn't mean they've fully understood that thing. The fact of the matter is, someone's argument should be they should be able to articulate their case in a way that it becomes self-evident. So it means that an expert or non-expert alike should be able to make the case, and the rest comes down to how well they're able to make the case. So I don't agree that you have to necessarily be wearing a lab coat to know what you're on about. And I think the presumption that that ought to be the case is a weird designation for someone that should be all about the truth, Iron Dogger. I might just throw it right back at you and think, what are you going on about, Dogger? How could that be
Exactly,
true?
because then we're going to hear about all that fucking peer review bullshit.
Well, yeah. How could that possibly be a truism, Dogger? That's not a truism. How could you even allow those words to form as an opinion? Well, there you go. I've poked a hole in it. I won't be mean, but I'm just like, that's just not true. Yeah. My God, go and look up the Milgram experiment is what I was going to say, Arndog. Milgram experiment, an unreasonable and unrational belief in the experts, and see where that gets people.
Well, how come
Really.
these experts don't, team up with these scientists and accomplish something? Are these scientists like closed off to all of this stuff, or you know what I mean?
Because of the aforementioned polarization. Because the people that paid to be a book learned individual are rather jealous of the ones that don't have to pay in it, but are still smart enough to pick up a book and expand on their knowledge and what they know and what they can do with what they've learned.
Right, and there's inevitably a lot of politics in any institution or and you get look at the climate science, you know, the climate deniers. Just look at that as and actually the Holocaust deniers, just that as a term, but let's stick it with the climate change thing because I don't want to go there. But it's actually the same effect. The establishment always does it where there's a sort of a version of science they will allow for you to believe. There's a version of science they don't allow you to believe. That's scientism. That is not science. Unless you're willing to see the case firsthand being made by someone and see if their theory can be put to the test and work, like Iron Dog was saying, well, you know, does it actually work? Then yeah, then you'll easily be led astray. I might just say, Chad Bunger's saying, "What did the Zen master say to the hot dog vendor?" I don't know, but it sounds hilarious, and I want to know. Tell me.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah. Also, Bigfoot non water doesn't bend, and yet NASA Iron Dogger tells you it does. But anyway, not that we've got a agreement on that point, but it certainly doesn't stick to a supersonic spinning ball. I will always tell you that, and I'll always let you know you will not create that experiment anywhere. A supersonic spinning ball, right? By supersonic, I mean faster than the speed of sound, 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, Iron Dogger, and yet water can stick to that thing. Doesn't pull at the equator. It's a nonsense. I'm telling you, you'll never
I
recreate
just
that
thought of
experiment.
something.
Hmm.
I've been farming for a long time, and I have no degree in it where you can go to school to learn the various aspects of farming and agriculture, agribusiness on the business end of things, and I'm still turning out perfect hay, minding my finances and everything else with absolutely no problem.
And
So you
what do
don't
you?
really need a college degree or any kind of indoctrination like that to achieve what you want to achieve, provided you do the research.
Right on, man. I mean, I've re-educated myself for the last 12 years, um, and found out everything that the state education denied me. And it's been far more, well, enlightening than anything they were able to provide. Yes, and I've come to realize the world is entirely different to how I was taught to presume it was when I was at school. What's in the interest of the state for kids to learn? In fact, they just want you to be compliant little science worshipping monkeys. You want to know the truth. I'm not kidding. They want the establishment to be able to tell you what's true and what's not. And look, that's not healthy at the least, is it? That designation is not healthy. Chessboard is saying, Icon sees Mr. No, did you know when data on a quantum computer is copied, the original is destroyed?
I had no idea that. That's really interesting. And chessboard would be another person to pick his brain about the quantum computing thing.
Right. Okay. Well, chessboard. Can you actually come back at Iron Dogger, and I want to hear your thoughts on what Iron Dogger's saying because Iron Dogger's pretty dug in at this rate, and I love you, Iron Dogger. You know I'm sort of playing with you, and it's all good. And Iron Dogger is obviously incredibly hot, so whatever. There you go. There's that, but there's also you being wrong about stuff too, and I'm willing to fucking point it out. Iron Dogger's saying no, you can't actually connect with one. No, you can actually connect with one and run calculations. Wow. So what she's saying there is it works, therefore I'm right. But actually, like we said before, it's super fast. That doesn't mean that quantum is real, right, Icon?
Yeah, like I said, I'm still looking for a definition.
Well, I already laid it out to you. I just think it's incredibly fast and impressive transistor technology. It's a particular architecture for transistor technology, informing, you know, super fast and impressive logic gate configurations. I mean, that's essentially what it is. That's no more than any computer can do. It's just to a more impressive degree.
Well, that
Um,
would come off to me then as quantum just being a better title than calling it a super duper computer.
yeah, exactly. It just sounds cool, a million percent. Yeah, and it's good marketing, like you said. Um, my girlfriend's got a quantum pussy. Do you believe me, Iron Dogger? Honestly, I'm wearing a lab coat. It must be true. Michael Hayward, well, I was waiting for Active Shooter to get here to tell we are now business partners. Right. Are you setting up a a brothel, and is your mom going to be there? And make sure to bring all the Vaseline, Michael, or some shit about Vaseline. Um, Brandy. All right, I'll check that later, Anon. All right, I appreciate it. Oh, good. You've put that. You know what? I needed that, Anon. I couldn't find it, mate. You've actually posted. All right, great. I will actually check that out. That's to me later. Check that link out. Bigfoot Anon. It's the harnesses one. Okay. Iron Dogger. It's easy to make claims and assume. Well, the same goes for established science, and yeah, especially if they've got a monopoly on that stuff and people just believe them outright without being willing to put it to the test because they were wearing lab coats. Milgram experiment. Honestly, look it up, Iron Dog. I'm telling you, Milgram experiment. It's fucking scary. Michael Hayward. We opened a brothel and shooter's gonna run it by hand till we get some women. Told you, I wasn't just being inappropriate. That's the fucking LARP. That's
Nice.
Michael's whole fucking LARP. Exactly. The Enlightened Man Hive. Get Iron Dogger on the show to debate your knowledge. Well, I'm going to presume it's a little too late to do that at this rate, Enlightened. But Iron, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. And then afterwards, maybe we could debate the knowledge too. It's an old tired joke. I always do that shit. You know, everyone knows it by now. I'm just fucking around. But also, let's do it. Really. It's simple, ain't it? Yeah. Right. Let me move on a little bit. And actually, Brandy, where are you at? How are you doing, huh?
I'm just waiting for you to keep going.
What I'm looking for, like, okay, Iron Dogger. That's like someone telling a racer how to race because they watched some videos.
Keep going.
Well, okay, all right. What, just with Iron Dogger, or am I looking at other things? Because Chessboard's saying, Hyverus B, you can't create an identical copy on a quantum computer. That's very interesting, Chessboard. That is quite interesting. I'd like to know the reasons why that's so. Bigfoot and non degrees are so washed out. University was a joke. It is babysitting for 4 years, 1,000,000%. It's just a lesson in being compliant and being spoon-fed your information and being sycophants and agreeing with the establishment version of things, 1,000,000%. You're not going to get to the bottom of anything truly by going to university, no doubt about it. Iron Dogger, it's critical thinking will get you there, not a degree. Critical thinker. So all a degree is a fucking badge of honor from the establishment saying approved. He's an approved robot and repeater of the fake science. That's all that means, Iron Dogger. So I actually trust them less. But hey, that's just a bias that I've got. Healthy or not healthy, it's just the starting point. Doesn't mean that if you wear a lab coat, I don't trust you outright. It just means I'm very suspicious and I'll have to see your thesis and read it thoroughly first. But Iron Dogger, why are people so defensive when they don't have any degrees? Well, for the reason Bigfoot just said it, I guess. Gravity Anon, Bigfoot Anon, not gravity Anon. As an insult, gravity is still a theory. That is absolutely true, by the way. Baal is 666, and a lot of things to do with the theory of gravity don't work out, by the way. Baal is 666. United Nations logo is serpent over a flat Earth map. It is true, and it bears repeating. It's actually true. Iron Dogger, quantum physics is an entire field still expanding upon knowledge gained from experience and testing theories. Well, just because that sounds impressive, that sentence, unfortunately, you're talking to a bunch of people that are sort of deep into that sort of stuff. Iron Dogger and Icon, myself, Chessboard and whatnot, although I don't know exactly what. sort of Chad, very funny. So basically, yeah, no. Go and find out where the quantum world came from. It derived from Einstein's theories and his presumption that light didn't have that light has a constant speed, and it doesn't. The presumption there being that light doesn't require a medium through which to propagate, which it does. And he essentially did away with the ether. Well, the ether is as real as the day that we knew that we first started to develop. The whole science basically, just because Einstein says so, doesn't mean it is so. And so the whole quantum world is a nonsense. If you actually get deeper into why Einstein was rolled out, you might come to find out about the Michelson-Morley experiment and how that seemed to find that we were utterly stationary. The Earth, I mean. But I'm not going to get into that because at least me and I can agree about the Einstein thing. Einstein was a nonsense. He was bullshit. He was full of shit. We can at least agree on that. Ether is real. Light propagates through it as it doesn't have a consistent speed. It is waves. It is waves as it propagates through the medium, and or is it in a sense? And then yeah, Go and look at Ken Wheeler. Go and look at some theory or hypothesis. Go and hear what he's got to say about quantum. Anything to add there, Icon?
He sure has enough to say about it.
He sure, yeah, yeah. You want to get into it, Iron Dogger? Go and get into it. And are you interested in knowing the truth, Iron, or are you interested in sort of digging down here and sort of just assuming that? Well, what are you actually saying? Quantum physics in the title still expanding on knowledge for experiments to test. Well, that just means that they're building on a false presumption, honey. Just because you build an impressive structure on a false presumption doesn't mean that it's not going to all fall down. In fact, it's a nonsense. So it's all just, it's a nonsense. There's nothing there. Chessboard, Hiveless, it's called entangled, not the same as cloning. That's right, quantum entanglement. I'm aware of that term. I know all about what that's supposed to be. But I'd like to know its relevance in so-called quantum computing. But yeah, sure, interesting. Chad Bunga, quantum pussy. Now that's a thing. Yes, indeed. Now that is a thing. Just invented that thing. The Enlightened Man, Iron Dogger, because academia lied to the world of the ball, Earth knowledge, as Baal is the global ball word magic they use to deceive the people. Santa Claus is really saying Satan Claus. Right. Bigfoot Anon, I learned more in the shroom trip than many semesters on the dean's list, million percent.
Yep,
Right on. Yes. Iron Dogger, critical thinking is a course you can take at university levels and actually have to debate amongst peers. Right, but it doesn't mean that if you didn't do that particular course that you're not able to think critically. Iron Dogger.
exactly.
Right. Uncle Bones, like how they skipped over the racing comments as always, Iron Dogger. Sorry, Bones, I do apologize if I did that. I love Santa, says Michael Hayward. Yeah, yes, indeed. Chessboard, Hyverus B. Institutional learning is the same shit taught to all and mask the individual thinking. PhD equals piled higher and deeper. Yeah, right. I mean, or piled, right? Yeah, piled higher and deeper. Yeah, very funny. Well,
Pissed hard and drown.
yeah, if anything, it means that I'm the most brainwashed. Hire me. Chad Bunga, School of Life. Absolutely, absolutely. Iron Dogger, you like that too, Uncle Bones? Chessboard, Iron Dogger, you said that word peers. Yeah, that magic word peers. I got you. All right, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this and then we'll see where everyone's at. And I'm nearly there. Uncle Bones, could you carry your pit bag? Oh, okay. I don't know what you're actually talking about there. And I'm just going to skip a few. Wait, your perception of truth. Right, right. Santa laughing spreads his. I don't know what that is. Santa laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah. What is that? What is it on about?
It's Black Sabbath.
Oh right, thank you. See,
It's actually Satan laughing spreads his wings. Get it?
Yep.
yeah. I get it. I get it. Sorry, I see. So what was the song called? Satan or something?
No, that's
Right, Sabbath. Yeah.
shit.
Right. Very funny, Michael.
War pigs of war pigs.
Yeah, I think so.
Here you go. Iron Dog is saying learning about distinguishing between beliefs is required for critical thinking. Well, here we are. Exactly. In that spirit we are testing our preconceived notions and hopefully getting to a place where we're better instruments at deciphering reality, I hope. The enlightened man, live reverse is evil. Live evil. That's correct, man. That is correct. I've always known that. And lived and devil as well. Bigfoot Anon, Canelo just won by KO. Oh, right. Shit. Well, let me look into that in a bit. And the enlightened man, lived reverse is. Oh, yeah. Lived reverse is lived devil. That's correct. I did know that, brother. I did know that. Very cool. That's the establishment always turning things back on, upside down and back to front. Iron Dog at Michael Hayward. I used Aussie songs for an entire semester in speech class. Oh, right. Cool. Bigfoot 9, gotta believe in a lot to fall for the globe. Yeah, it's based on a lot of false presumptions. Most people think they've seen that. Most people think there are pictures of the Earth from space, and I know that sounds mad what I just said. You think it, don't you? For anyone who thinks that it's a ball, you think there are actually pictures from Earth from space, don't you? What if I told you that none of them are legitimate, and all you have to do is go back and look at it again? Go and look at them again. All the land masses are a different size. Go and look at them comparatively, the pictures of a so-called ball in space. Go and find out how many of them are said to be actual photographs. There's only said to be, by NASA, only one photo of Earth from space, and it's one of the original photos that we've all become, that's very iconic, that we've all come to know, that was taken. Do you know what? I forget. It might have been during the supposed first moon voyage that didn't actually happen, I might add. But, and in fact, there's some video of them faking that very, image. In fact, there was actually some video surfaced of them faking that particular image as well through for a picture, through a porthole of some sort of aircraft or other. But the point is, there are no legitimate pictures of Earth from space. And I might just add, there are at least not as many as you'd expect. There should be constant image coming out from all sorts of places of Earth from space. There's not nearly as much as you'd like to see. And I've never seen a satellite in space. You might think you've seen them, but you haven't. It's all a LARP. It's all a ruse. They're trying to create space for you, and that's what NASA do essentially. They fake space whilst really doing research into all sorts of other things. That money is only going into faking space and doing some other stuff. NASA are about something entirely different, really. Um, Chessboard iron, and by the way, I might just say I could back that up, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna tell you allegedly, and that's my opinion for now. But I could back that up. But one thing I do know is the ball is pretend. That's the only thing I do know. And I could poke holes in it all day. It's very easy to do it. Supersonic spinning ball with water stuck to it. Chessboard, Iron Dogger, your peers were taught the same shit that spewed to you. Right on. I can't disagree with that. Michael Hayward, generals gathered in their masses. That's got to be more.
What peers and oh, that's a key thing.
Peer review, Brandy, peer review. You ever heard of that in science? Yeah, yeah. Iron Dogger, chessboard, my peers. Oh, that's rich. You don't have any friends? That's all I'm getting from that. Only joking. Iron Dogger is very popular at the truck stop. She learnt what that word means in the UK the other day. You know what I mean. Jokes. Total jokes. Chad says square cage or round cage. Which do you prefer? Oh, right, octagon or I'm into the octagon myself these days, bro. I have to say, although I like both. I like both. I do like both. Enlightened man, what is man's best friend? Dog, and reversed is God, symbolically saying the truth. Haha. Oh yeah. Right on. Right on, man. Well, look, man, I'm all about that, which is for sure. Do you know what? This could go on forever, but I better just kind of bring it to a close, really. So let me get other people's thoughts. I know Bigfoot Nons talk about Kubrick faking the moon landings. That's my feeling as well on that. Um, that sounds cool, Dogger. Try going across Alaska on a snowmobile and then get back to me on what you've seen. Yeah, well, that sounds awesome, man. That sounds very cool. Um, so Brandy, Icon, any thoughts? You seen anything in the chat you want to say, or is there any sort of final words you want to sort of get into? What do you want to say?
Oh, I'm straight. How about Brandy?
I'm good too.
All right, well, we've got Chessboard saying, "Think outside the frigging cage." Exactly. That's a
Yep.
response. That's a response in part playfully to I think Chad, but also true. Black Sabbath first album, right? I got it. Okay. Black Sabbath are amazing, by the way. Birmingham-based band, by the way. That's from where my neck of the woods. You do know that?
Yep.
You could probably hear a bit of Ozzy's sort of accent in what I'm saying, right? Can you hear a little bit of the Brummie?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, but it's a bit more like that, like, with him, and he's got a little bit of a almost John Lennon kind of slur that he's allowed to come in because he's obviously a big Lennon fan, with the round glasses, and he's a little shaky. but that's basically it's Birmingham, bit like Noddy Holder, you know.
Oh, I
You
love
know,
Nudity.
right? He's Birmingham as well. He's actually Wolverhampton, but again, very close to me.
Oh, right on.
Yes, that's right. Um, and where are we at? Chad Bunger, cage equals Earth, quarters all round. Right, I thought that might also be what you're saying, brother. Yeah, very funny. Well, in that case, square. In that case, square. In that case, I'm a boxer. When it comes to flat Earth, I like the squared circle. How about that, Chad Bunger? The square circle. Um, Jen, good night, all. Final words for now. Absolutely, Jen. Well, I'm going to get you back on if you want to do it. And I think you should just set up your channel. Let us know you've set it up at least, and we'll all come and subscribe. And awesome. Anyone who wants to shill out their channel, do it now. Okay. Anyone, Iron Dogger, anyone who wants to do it, Connor, any of you want to shill your channel out, do it. Honestly, you got full permission. Say something cute like free titties on my channel and try and get people to come and sub to you. Right click on it, open with new tab so it doesn't throw you off. Everybody, right click on it if you see the link and open a new tab. I'm gonna play a last tune. I've had fun. I know that Iron and Brandy have felt a little quieter than normal, right? Yeah, I know we could get into it next time, but yeah,
I'm good. I just feel like there's whenever like something is being debated, it always gets intense when it doesn't need to. So then I become quiet and uncomfortable.
right. No, I respect that, and that's different. People have different responses to that, and I totally respect that. I'm quite happy being argumentative, as you've probably gathered. Um, and I think Icon, you're just feeling quite tired after a long day, no doubt, right?
Well, argumentative
Yeah.
or having a good conversation. You know what I mean?
Say that again, Brandy. I missed the start bit of that.
Like being argumentative or having a good conversation are like two different things.
They're not entirely. Oh well, I disagree, and I'm not just doing that to be contentious to start an argument. But actually, it's the only point in conversation is to see to sort of well, not the only point, but one of the points is to sort of smooth out, sort of navigate our differences. So necessarily, it's unavoidable that you will disagree with people if you're willing, if you want to not be a mute.
That's
Actually, even if
absolutely okay. It's the way you convey your point.
well, exactly, and as long as there's a lot of grace, but that comes down to style, and as long as you've got
Well,
plenty
let
of
me give
grace.
you an example that you used that I personally wouldn't flat out say when you want to have a successful conversation. You're
Yes, that's
wrong.
yeah. I totally agree. Well, that's what. Well, yeah, I know exactly, and certain people do say just flat out someone's wrong. Um,
As you did.
well, no, well, in the case of in the case of the quantum thing with Iron Dogger, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because for instance, well, there are some things in life that are wrong, though, Brandy. But I'm not ungraceful when I say it because there's loads of doses of humor and playfulness when I say it. So I'm charming enough, hopefully, that it doesn't hurt someone's feelings when I play wrestle fight with them and say you're wrong because I don't do it in a mean spirited way. That's the difference. So I play with a lot of full license with that. But if people unironically say you're wrong and are brutal with it, that does close down this conversation. But I do it slightly differently, Brandy, to be fair. And by the way, I might just add people are wrong about things, and there is such a thing as being wrong. Like there's some things are wrong, some things are plain wrong. And when it comes to quantum, when it comes to Einsteinian theory, it's plain wrong. I mean, it just is. I mean, I just don't know what. I have to represent reality on that and just tell you it is plain wrong. So I know Icon got my back on this. I know Connor got my back on this. I know the Manx got my back on this. It's not about people having a back because it's not about that. But we all know why I'm saying that. It's provably wrong, Brandy. So some things are provably wrong.
I understand what you're saying. All I was
Right.
saying is in the way you choose to phrase certain things when you
I
want to
agree
have a
with that.
successful conversation.
Right, 1,000,000%. And as long as there's playfulness and great, do you see though, Brandy, the difference is the
Yes, but not
grace.
everybody knows that. You can't just expect everyone to assume that you're constantly in a state of playfulness. Everybody does
No,
not know that.
well, no, but I do my best to try and express who I am. People know people look, at the end of the day, yes, some of it will be some people won't get it anyway, but some people won't get it anyway. You can't just sort of refuse to say anything because someone won't get you, because that's impossible in life. Like someone will hate you for just being fucking sweet and nice anyway. Because you know what I mean. So at the end of the day, you can't. It's all a risk, but within reason, I pretty much advertise the fact that I'm a playful dude that's reasonable, that you can come back and have jabs at. It's the people that just like, no, refuse, fuck you, it's that whole fucking thing that's and I'll do that in the right time moment. But yeah, for the most part, no. I know I love the spirit. By the way, I might just add, I love the spirit that Iron Dog was coming in with, because at the end of the day, if we were actually in proximity, we'd probably end up play fighting and it might go somewhere else, which might be even fun. But I shan't say that on account of her husband. But also, her dad might be watching. No, shut up. No, but I'm just saying that that I'm all right with that energy. I don't. Yeah, Brandy, what? It's all good. It's all good. But
I can repeat what I just said again, but I won't.
well, no, but I heard you though. I heard you. I mean, I'm just pushing back a little bit because within reason, it's not about the words "you are wrong." It's about
That was just an
really
example.
right, but it's not.
To be fair, how you formulate a sentence can come out like you're sounding like a dick sometimes.
Right, and I've heard myself sounding like right. I've heard myself sound like a dick sometimes. I know, I get it, yeah. And sometimes I play with that as well, though. Sometimes I know when I'm sounding like a dick, and sometimes it's not ironic. I know, I appreciate it,
I'm
and
just saying it's conducive to a successful conversation. When we want to have a good conversation, you got to present things in a way that wouldn't shut a person down.
right, I respect that 1,000,000%. Well, the same could be said of Iron Dogger in that sense, though. To be fair, she's coming in a little hot, Brandy, as well, right? I'm only meeting her energy with the same like energy, a little bit, but you know.
Well, I wouldn't agree with that, knowing Iron Dogger.
Well, she's coming a little hot. You can't deny she's coming in a little like she knows what's up. She knows the case, and she's coming like that's bollocks. You can't deny that. Brandy's been a diplomat. Uh-huh.
I'm always
Yeah,
the
right.
diplomat.
Yeah, right, Brandy. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, but represent reality, honey. I mean, everyone else can see that what's up, but
I am.
whatever.
I'm saying knowing you and knowing what I've seen and heard of her, I don't think she was being that way at all.
Well, look, I haven't even started yet. Thank you, Brandy. Well, that sort of confirms what I was saying, and then just kisses Brandy's ass. But she's haven't even started yet. In other words, if you're like that when you're just playing Iron Dog, I don't want to see. But then, what's she saying? I can't go further back, but the science in phenomenon is continually being tested and experimented. Yeah, I just can't even remember what she was saying, but she was, yeah. I wasn't saying she was being argumentative, but she's coming in and making, she's throwing down, Brandy. You got to admit she's throwing down a little bit, and I love it. Is what I was trying to say. I'm into it, but you can't pretend that I'm just. She's there's at least as much unwillingness on the Iron Dogger's side that you've just been sort of accusing me of, that sort of general sounding statement. You're wrong. The implication from Iron Dogger was that we were wrong, and not only that we were wrong, but we didn't deserve to have an opinion on the matter because we don't wear a lab coat and we don't have the right degree. So actually, honey, I'd say Iron Dogger was more guilty of it. She's just, whether or not she didn't use that exact phrase doesn't really matter. I mean, the attitude was there though. So whatever, Brandy. Brandy, shut the fuck up. What are you on about? She's just
You're the
kissing your
one
ass,
that's
Iron Dogger.
on.
Say it again.
I said, you're the one that's going on.
Yeah, I know.
I
I'm playing.
made
You've made your point. Exactly. I know. I know, and I'm playing. And Iron Dogger, I love you really. Just playing. I don't know if the British dry thing does come across to everyone, but I hope it does. You got defensive and took it personally. No, I didn't. Then it doesn't. Then it definitely doesn't. If the and that's a lie. That's an outright lie. Um, that's just not a proper characterization of what happened. So if you do think that that's what happened, you very much mistaken, Iron Dog. You don't understand the British dry thing.
That's what I
maybe
was
I
trying to explain. How you are wording certain things is coming off that way. This is what I'm saying.
right. But one thing I'm not, Iron Dogger, is a sycophant. I'm not just going to kiss people's ass if they
But
come in and it's
you don't have to kiss people's asses, but
right.
everyone doesn't know that about you. Is my point.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Take
Oh
me and
yeah.
you for example. How did we get along in the beginning, and what had to happen for us to understand each other? You know what I mean?
Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Iron Dogger, you said I came at you. You came at me hard. That almost got me a little bit hot under the collar, but also, um, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, no, just saying you're throwing down, Iron. I'm not saying you're coming at me taking it personally. I didn't say that. No, no, no. I'm not. That wasn't me taking it personally. All I was looking for, Iron Dog, is for Brandy to exercise some intellectual honesty. And while she's willing to tell me what I did wrong, is she willing to own what you were doing that was similar to what she was accusing me of? Fact of the matter is, Brandy just proved that she isn't willing to do that when it comes to you, Iron Dog, which makes her a sycophant ass kisser. And let's
How?
not get it fucked up, people. Oh
Because
well,
I'm
just that you.
defending you and saying that I know you didn't mean it that way, but not everyone knows you don't mean it that way. Please listen to what I'm saying to you.
No, I received that point. That point's spot on, honey. Yeah,
Okay.
I got that one. That point's been made. Well, I'm moving on. That
Considering what I know of Iron Dogger from watching her for months,
right.
she did not come off, in my opinion, as rude at all.
Would you just for record, just in case it's not coming across? I'm not offended by anyone here. I'm not offended by Dogger. I'm not offended by
I'm
Brandy. This is yeah, and this is how I riff. This is just how I riff. So if anyone's misreading this, just I'm playing people, right? Iron Dogger, you can't have it both ways. Well, that's sort of the point I was making to you. To be fair, yeah, I'm saying to Brandy, she can't have it both ways either. What she was accusing me of, like style wise, but actually, look, Brandy was making a point that style matters. She wasn't necessarily trying to level it at me. She was just making a point to make the
thank
point. Right, and I've drilled down on it, like, but she was just making an interesting final point, and there was no need for me to. Right, I see. All right, well, look, it was an interesting point. That's fine. Iron Dogger, don't dish it out if you can't take it. Simple. Well, I hope that's not being leveled at me because that's the point I'm making. Why are you just copying my points? That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Don't dish it out if you can't take it. Simple. Well, I think you better be telling me that she gets it then, because right. Exactly. Bigfoot and on Globe is evil, y'all. What's up, Barry? And that's so true. Put in words. What's he saying? Put in words. Does he mean fighting words? I think he means fighting words. Or unless you talk about golf. Do you think me and Iron Duggar should have a game of golf to resolve this, Bones? Ants.
love it.
Ants are. Hey. Yes. Sick of ants. Well, don't stop sticking them up a tube up your ass, then, mate. What are you doing? Use what?
Sycophants.
Oh, sick of ants. Oh my god. I'm so glad. See, this is why I need co-hosts because I'm got low RAM and I'm not very smart. 20 IQ. Fuck. Sick of ants. That's very funny, Michael. I must remember that. Right, I'm trying to blast through these real quick, just making sure. Is everyone still with us? Is everyone still happy? What exactly are you claiming I did? Oh, nothing really, honey. Just had a strong opinion about how um the world of science is a particular way, and that it's all because the world of science, largely like mobile phones and the likes, because it operates and works, you take it that what's told to you from people in lab coats and with degrees is necessarily golden, was the general gist, which we pushed back on, or I did. And yeah, so nothing much. I don't know, nothing. All I was saying to Brandy was that you were coming in with a definite opinion, because what I was saying in terms of what Brandy was leveling at me, the idea that if I said something was necessary, that's wrong. That's not necessarily the most constructive way to approach something. Well, I was just letting Brandy know. I was leveling at Brandy just to test her. uh, Can she also own the same might be true of you? But she didn't want to go there, and that wasn't her bigger point. So I've drawn her into something she wasn't trying to get drawn into. That's my bad. I now understand. Brandy, sorry, I get it. No, I was just trying to, it's fine. We were both guilty of the same thing in that regard. I and Doug, I'm not accusing you of anything. You're cool. You're totally cool. Um, Connor, fighting the globe is the most honorable thing on the face of this earth. You ever wonder why you say they say face of the earth, face of the earth? Very true. Very interesting.
I don't know, but that just made me think of Captain Planet.
Oh yeah, I'm from that era, aren't I, Brandy, as well? Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna
Gonna
take
take you
pollution down
down.
to zero. They even was pumping our soft heads full of the green agenda in the 90s, man, with Captain Planet. It was so annoying as well, really. I was into it though, but it was crap.
The power is yours.
Man, I see. I forgot that much, but that's funny. All right, well, let's do this. Let me just wrap up. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, Barry,
Chad,
where the hell have you been? Are you okay, sir?
yes. Chessboard saying, "High risk B, nothing to worry about until both hands are up. Your ass clapping. Nothing to worry about until both hands are up. Your ass clapping. Yeah, very fun.
I forgot Icon was
Yes.
there.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm
We'll do
easily
another.
forgettable. It's all good.
No, you're not, Icon. You're really not, mate, at all, at all. I love having you just riding shotgun, being a nice, warm presence, anyway, at the least.
I appreciate
Um,
that.
right on, mate. What if I was one of those lab coats? What if I was one of those lab coats? Then we'd have quite the fantasy role play on our hands, wouldn't we, Iron Dog? Or we might have to put all of this behind us and get into some serious experimentation. um, Right. Well, we good? We're all good. Are we good, Iron Dog? I hope we are good. Let's just hope so. In fact, fuck it. I don't care, but I hope we are. Um, well, let's do this. Let me close it down because that's what I was trying to do half an hour ago. But anyway, um, Barry Browning. I haven't seen Barry Browning for fucking ages. How you doing, Barry Browning? Missed you, dude. Connor, I'm playing catch up. I haven't been on anywhere in about 2 weeks. It's mad that just 2 weeks of no presence in this little universe feels like someone's dead. You know what I mean? It's like you come back to life, Barry Browning. What's happened in real analog universe for you? Well, anyway, I probably can't get into it now because I'm trying to close her down. But it's good to see you back, bro, or whatever. Because and like man, I didn't notice Iron or Hive having an argument. Yeah, it's a simple, straightforward debate. Exactly of brain brawn. Right on. That's how I see it too. It's called their own strong, passionate opinion of the debate. That's where I'm at. So I hope there's
Yeah,
no
debates get heated regardless. It's just you can't get nasty during a heated debate. I'm not stating anyone got nasty, just stating, the gist of things.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you know what? I didn't quite pick up Brandy on the point she made. It's partly she might not have explained it best, but also I just drilled down in a way that she didn't expect me to do it. So I apologize, Brandy. Okay,
You're good.
respect, man. Active shooters just turned up, and I've got to say this: active shooter. I'm not going to go on for much longer at all, but I just got to say something to you. I've now
Oh,
figured out, yeah, I've now figured out that you were Gruber and you rock, dude. And my apologies to you. I don't know if you heard me say. I think you've already heard me say it. Then I was trying to. I went and did an allo, download basically, and I now know what who Gruber is. Can't quite do an impression yet, but anyway, my apologies about that, dude. All it was that from the day before, when I'd gone off researching stuff on the chat, away from the chat, my microphone cut out for 12 minutes, and I didn't know until I got further down that it had cut out. So that's why I wasn't willing to go and look and research who Groove was at the time, and that's why that turned into that whole fucking shit show. So my apologies, mate. That was otherwise a brilliant choice. And yeah, he's a great character, and I'm glad to know about him now. So very funny shooter, and yeah, much respect, dude. I love it. We'll get that on again. Uncle Bones, no, she should take you out by Teklenikia. What the fuck? And drop you off, then talk about it. What does that mean, Brandy? Teklenikia. What is it?
I'm not sure.
Telekinesis? She should
That's
take
what I'm
you out.
getting.
Telekinesis. I think he means telekinesis, yeah. No,
Yeah,
she should take you out by telekinesis. Telekinesis and drop you off, then talk about it. Yeah,
technically.
well actually, Iron Dogger, can you do remote viewing? Yeah, can you see what I'm wearing? from my waist down? And if so, maybe we could just talk about that instead, and everything will be well. Very funny, Bones. Bigfoot and on Mank agreed. The establishment designed for it to get tense because it is the most important truth. Well, let's trying to just blast through these. What's Barry Brown is saying? Yes, left my phone on my truck, and I've been dealing with at something. And
AT&T.
oh right, well that's an American thing, right? What does that mean? What's AT&T?
It's a phone company.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of it as well. AT&T, and Federal Express ever since, but I'm back. Okay, no way, dude. It's crazy. No worries on this end. Yay. Well, just checking because you just never know. But that's good. Iron Dog are good. Good. Well, I
She's
like
got.
that style. Say it again, Randy.
I said she's got some tough skin.
Yeah, man, right on. And I just I love that sort of stuff. If you want to know the truth, it's just you don't always know who you're offending. Honestly, like I have offended people and not knowing that I did until after the fact. Before that's probably not surprising to anyone, is it? Obviously, at the end of the day. Is there any good comments? Any icon that you're seeing or
Gypsy Road came in.
unsub?
Hi.
Active shooter, if you actually did unsub, you bastard. Well, I doubt that's true, but if you actually did, then you better not have, bitch. But I thought it was hilarious. Obviously, it was brilliant. I just, I'm only human, man. Sort of. You know what I mean? Barry Brandy, hello, Dogger Brandy, everyone. It was good to see you back, Barry. Chad Bunga, thank you, humans. I couldn't help not knowing who Gruber was, mate. I wished I did. It was my bad. I blame Icon personally because he could have told me, and he was kind of hinting. He was kind of hinting, but he wasn't telling me. Icon, what the fuck, man? You could have fixed that for me.
You're the one that lives in Britain. You
Oh
should have
yeah,
known
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That's
know,
what
but
was going on. It's like,
right.
okay, this was like really big back then. How does he not know about it?
I'm gonna have a
Yeah,
shirt made for you that says "It's their fault" with arrows pointing in every single direction, but at yourself.
right. What actually reminds me of Iron Dogger. Actually, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. Well, that's hilarious, honey. What is that, you total asshole? But what is that? That's not who
I've
I
seen
am.
that
But
on a
it's amazing.
t-shirt.
That's funny. You know what? That's very funny. Well, it's a good meme. All right. Well, look, I take ultimate responsibility for not knowing that because it was part of my culture. I should have known about. But since the reality in that particular moment was that I just didn't know it, then actually Icon had the ability. He could someone. Well, all right. I'm only playing anyway. I'm only playing, but still. Go on, Icon. What would you say back to that? Honestly, you know what I'm sort of saying. Like you were kind of hinting to me. You were trying to tell me, but in a soft way. And so it wasn't until ages after that I actually realized it.
Well, yeah. Well, I kept dropping soft hints because I thought you knew what was going on. I had no idea that you had no
Right.
idea what LOLO is.
You know what? And there you go. That's all. Yeah, it was fine because I think the thing that threw people was that I actually suggested that I wanted to do a camp German accent to do Gruber, and I just looked at the picture and thought that would be funny. So I think that's what threw people, as if I must have actually known who it was then. So totally forgiven, Icon. See, just got to sometimes get into it. That's just me assuming the worst about a fellow man, my dad, Icon. Um, he's not really my dad, just joke. And then Icon, and then we get over it in the end. So that's good, isn't it? How are you, Hiveless B? Gypsy Road says, really good to see you, Gypsy Road. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? We're sort of looking to wind this down, man, for sure. But I'd love you to jump on one of these days, Gypsy Road. How about that? You can actually, and actually, I want Iron Dogger to jump on up as well one day. But chessboard shooter, someone piss on your powder. Yeah, well, I love you, really, shooter. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I'm sorry, dude. That was brilliant. Like, yeah, it was brilliant. The enlightenment is knowing thyself and knowing the realm. Oh, true enlightenment is knowing thyself and knowing the realm. Yeah, basically. Well, the realm is a mirror of the self, the true cosmology itself. That's why I always say the true cosmology itself doesn't rely on the realm or knowledge of the realm per se, but the willingness to get to the bottom of the riddle that is you will have the true nature of our cosmos reveal itself also. That's why. Just truth, make truth your god. Put the T on top of your fucking triangle. T, make truth your god. Put a T on top of your Illuminati Dorito, and you'll be golden. Um. Well, anyway, look. Let me just rewind this up because I know I'm dragging and Brandy and Icon reluctantly to the finish line here at this rate, and I keep saying I'm gonna finish, so this is no good. I'll just a few more. Sorry, Barry Browning. Thank you, Hive. It's good to be back. It's good to see you, sir. No active shooter said the curious bunny is where it's at. Well, yeah, got it, mate. Very funny, and that means he's being sarcastic, and me and Shu have our own weird little understanding. Very good, haha. The enlightened man. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to skip all the long messages. I'm just trying to blast to make sure I haven't missed anyone out with any particular thing they wanted to say. Hello, hello. Mank is saying hello, hello. I think it's with an A, but hello, hello is the French copper with a tash. What the fuck, Hive? I know. There you go. I know it now. And I am working on a camp German accent so that I could do Gruber, but it needs a lot more work than that. But I'm trying. Anyway, well, should we leave it there? I say we leave it there. So, all right, actual last words, Icon. What you saying?
I'm straight, man. I'm good.
Respect, brother. All right, well, we're going to see Icon anyway on Tuesday, hopefully to launch, or Wednesday. We'll see what happens, but hopefully to launch his new channel. We'll jump over there and say hello to him. Yeah, awesome. And then Brandy, what are you saying as well?
I'm good.
You
Although
got
I'm
any
curious,
Yeah.
guys, everyone who's in the Bigfoot community, definitely watch what the Mank is sharing. Because I'm curious to know how this motherboard Earth information might pertain to the structures that Bigfoot allegedly makes.
All right.
No, Bigfoot is tied into all that.
Well, Brandy
Well,
just did it.
some people say everything's connected. All the down trees and structures they make are connected to harness energy in some form and possibly as a power source. So that whole motherboard Earth thing kind of might support that in some sense. I'm just curious what everybody else thought of it.
Oh,
Respect,
okay.
man. Well, we'll then share the link again if you need to, Mank. Just to remind everyone what Brandy was pointing to there. Post your link again, mate, so people can see it fresh. The one that Brandy was just talking about. And nice one, everyone. I've had a good one.
Barry's joke was pretty funny.
What? Say it again, honey. Aries joke. What?
Barry's joke.
Oh, Barry's joke. Oh, right. You say Barry like berries. That's funny.
What did I say? Barry?
It sounded like fairy. You said Barry's joke.
Barry.
Well, go on. What's the joke? Read it to me because I can't even see it.
Damn, this is the first time I've seen Hive's face. I think I'll unsub myself.
Well, I'll forget that. Oh yeah, very funny. Well,
you don't want to find out if the facial hair will tickle you.
Yeah, let me at least have a little tickle sesh with you first, mate. All right, then, everyone. I had a great time. I had fun, and we'll do it all again soon. Brandy, when are you sort of set? How are you set this week, man? I really want to get a bit more Brandy on, to be honest.
You haven't had enough of me yet?
No.
I don't know. We gotta do a day by day thing. You know how that goes.
I respect that. Well, what would be really nice is I think if go on.
He's going away from the 10th to the 14th, so.
Oh, nice. Well, that'll be sort of the time I'm moving into the new flat-ish kind of, so I'll have to play it by ear a little bit though.
Yeah.
But that would be cool, wouldn't it? All right. Well, you know what? Let's do. What I'd like to get is I'd love to get you, Brandy, actually getting into something because you've got some awesome opinions about various different things, and when you get going on something, man, it's really interesting. But I know that you got, so we'll see. But I'd really love to sort of, if you could pick a subject that you'd be quite happy to talk about in this sort of forum, I'd really like to let you just lead and lay out the law as you see it, you know what I mean? And kind of get into it. And even get someone like Dogger on or Connor or someone sort of someone in that community that could sort of bounce off what you're saying a bit more because I'll just be happy to sort of ride shotgun on that sort of conversation, you know?
Right.
Right, man. So I'd love to do that. But you have a think what sort of the topic would be. But I'd really love to get into that for sure.
Maybe
Okay.
Paula will come on with me.
Oh, well, I actually don't know Paula, do I?
She's the one I share the channel with.
That's right, yeah. But I don't know her though, do I? I don't think.
No, I don't think you met her.
I'd love that. Has she ever done it before, this sort of thing, or?
No, not live.
Yeah, well, should we try it then, shall we?
If she's up for it, yeah, I'll ask her.
All right, amazing. And Mank has dropped that link for everyone if they're interested. I just I'm just drawn to read this. I haven't actually read it yet, but let's see. Iron Dogger raised Catholic. They taught flat Earth theories in what's CCD? What does that mean? Anyone?
Like Bible school, basically.
Yeah, or
Right.
Sunday school.
Oh, okay. I am super up to snuff on it from many angles. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get that there's that sort of argument that it's this sort of archaic, old, unsophisticated belief system that science has kind of come and saved us all from. But that's also another narrative. What are the facts? That's all I'd say, Iron Dog. So I wouldn't get too sort of swept by the sense that that narrative forming of events is necessarily where it's at because you could go on to believe that you know what I'm saying. You get the rest. Anyway, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to play the Egmont Overture. Brandy or Icon, do you want to hang out with me or say anything to me after the show, or are you quite happy to go?
I can hang for a bit if you want.
That would be good. Yeah, it'd be nice to speak to you a little bit, Brandy. And then Icon, what are you saying? You're up to
Yeah,
you,
I
mate.
can hang out. That's cool. But after mentioning Noddy, are you gonna actually like close out with some Slade maybe? Like
Oh,
take me back home or something?
I mean, mate, I'd absolutely love to, obviously, but I can't do it, but I'd love to do it.
It's all good.
Yeah,
You gotta
respect,
learn
man.
how to do that and then teach me how.
All right, amazing. Well, guys, this is the Egmont Overture. You know the one. It's 10 minutes long. I'll feature your chats. It's a good time, and I hope you all enjoy it. And I had a great show. This was a very unexpected, very interesting one, as always, man. They always are. Love you all. Iron Dogger, love you especially. And we'll see you all very soon, guys. Bye bye.